to New York City. It's about to rain right now, maybe even pour. I'm ready with my umbrella to take you on a walk through Union Square all the way down to East Village and maybe even downtown Manhattan. I'm Ariel and you're watching Urbanist. Let's start on walking. Right now we are at the farmers market in Union Square and it is about to pour actually. Time to take out the umbrella. Jessica, bienvenidos. Mary Helen, thank you so much for the stars. I'm doing very well. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We are passing through the Union Square Farmers Market and we're gonna wander around, just go how New York City looks like right as the pandemic is kind of phasing out, at least for now. So we're specifically going to pass through neighborhoods that has a lot of outdoor dining, just so to see how it looks like. I want to show it to all of you and kind of discuss how New York City is changing, especially in terms of where people are mostly visiting now and how dining is also changing. Hello Lynn, vlogger, you love New York. Hello Renee, thank you so much for the stars. Hello Regina, nice to see you here. So welcome everyone for a rainy day walk through New York City. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I'll just be wandering around this beautiful city and specifically if you have any questions about how New York City is changing. Someone earlier asked me, what do I think of skyscrapers moving forward? And that's a good question. Let me answer that as I keep on walking. So in the previous broadcast, someone asked me, what do I think about skyscrapers? I love them in the context of New York. You know, not every city has to be super high rise. Though it is nice to have skyscrapers, especially when you go up them and see the amazing views. However, offices are changing. There's less and less need for offices to exist, period. Some companies need it, you know, medical offices still need to exist. Maybe certain law offices need to exist. However, in many industries like tech, insurance, even law, even many fields of medicine, you don't need that many offices. And hence, the need for massive office space is waning out. Thus, do we really need skyscrapers? Let me know in the comments what you think. Regina and Kay says you love my umbrella. Oh, I'm so glad you love my umbrella. Ramush, thank you so much for the stars. Man, the florals are awesome. Florals for spring? Groundbreaking. Are you making a reference to Devils Wears Prada? Bernard, are you making a reference to Devils Wears Prada? Because that is a line from that film. I love that film. Sorry, everyone got distracted by my umbrella, Sarah says. Sarah, I really appreciate you watching both on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. YouTube could always use a little bit more love, so I already have a lot of people watching for Facebook. So if you also have YouTube and want to watch on YouTube, you can go on YouTube and watch these videos instead there and press that like button. Casey says, I adore Union Square. I miss the coffee shop. Yeah, the coffee shop is no longer around. And that's the other thing. Indoor dining is dying out. It's dying out because the pandemic has lasted much longer than expected. Indoor dining might not return until 2021. What's going to happen during the winter time? I'm not entirely sure. Pilar, welcome. Nice to see you here. Oh, lightning is striking. We'll need skyscrapers when things return to normal. Oh. The storm is coming, Mr. Wayne. Who knows where that line is from? Let me know in the comments. People are really enjoying my use of florals. I'm glad, everyone. You know, there's this meme on the internet right now of how the Chinese are extremely fashionable, and I thought to myself, here in America, we have to compete. So I'm doing my part to be as fashionable as possible with all my florals. Man, it was crystal clear in the last tour. Ooh, okay. Batman says, Nina, yes, it's specifically The Dark Knight Rises. I'm glad you remember that line. Bernard says, Urbanist, a man who's not afraid of florals. No, I am not. There's a severe weather alert in New York. Uh-oh. Things are about to get very serious. Well, that means we might need to find a cocktail bar that has some shade, some coverings, so we can sit down if it gets too serious. Let's do our best. Kathleen, you're loving the umbrella. I'm glad you are. Hear anything hopeful about the end to the pandemic? So, Nina, you said skyscrapers will be needed once we return back to normal. Will there be a normal in terms of office space? That's the question. Because in terms of office space, for example, Salesforce, which is one of the larger tech companies here in New York City, along with Google and Facebook, aren't resuming office work until late 2021. Companies like Twitter are planning to not resume office space work at all. So they are phasing out offices, and that might be the case moving forward with New York City. So office spaces are not going to return to normal even when the pandemic may phase out by 2021. Jana, thank you so much for the stars. Jody says, from Australia, rain is also coming. Cynthia says, I came late. This is my old neighborhood. Don't worry, you're just right in time. This is going to be a mega walk. We'll walk as long as I can downtown Manhattan. Justine, hello. Oh, the rain is getting fierce, everyone. Whole Foods, we just passed it. So we're starting at Union Square, which is right over here. And we're walking southbound now on 4th Avenue. And we're going down to the East Village. Fabiola says, lovely umbrella. Thank you so much, Fabiola. Rolando, well, no set direction. Mostly we're just going to East Village, checking out how it looks like. Though I don't have any particular direction. I'm just kind of wandering around. And I know it might be confusing. However, I would encourage all of you to not try to follow me on the map. To just embrace what we see along the way. Because on these wanderings, I think it's a very interesting way to travel. You get to see New York City in a different light when you don't have any direction or aim. Bernard says, what's the craziest thing that has happened to you on one of those walks or tours? Ooh, great question. Slightly before I started Urbanist, I was doing it on another page. And As I was live, I saw a stampede of people, maybe 200, 300 people, just suddenly rushing towards Central Park. The thing is, most of these people were young men. And I was so confused, and a lot of people who were watching were very confused, like, what's happening? Why are there so many people rushing to Times Square? And all of them were looking down on their phones. Here's a tiny little bookstore if you want to visit. It's Alabaster Books. Great place to take a retreat in the bookstore. I won't go in because they're very anti-camera. Is New York City mostly back? In terms of traffic, yes, but not too much in terms of work. In most places which are offices are still closed. That's why, as you saw earlier, that area of Manhattan and around Madison Square Park was empty. Look at this. Sometimes you gotta stop underneath a tree and just look at the city and enjoy it. Wow. Let's check out St. Mark's. Woo! Oh, this is gonna be torrential rain. Oh, this is not the type of rain for a rainy day walk. We'll do our best. All right. Okay, so I didn't finish my story. Who were all those kids running towards Central Park with their heads glued to their phones? As I asked one of them, they screamed out, "We just found a rare Pokemon!" And this was right at 2016, summer 2016, right at the height of the Pokemon Go phenomenon. So that's the weirdest thing I captured on camera so far. There's a few other things. Patty, thank you so much for the stars. Hope you have sensible footwear. I do. Nice white sneakers for rainy day weather. Grace Church might be open. Duck. Is it dangerous to stand under a tree when there's lightning? I think it is. Forbidden Planet is nearby, Jacqueline. Yeah. And how do you get to Manhattan? I get here by car. I haven't taken the train since March. Alright, it's pretty intense right now. I'm gonna wait until it gets a little bit lessened. It's about to die down. There we go. Alright, we're gonna start walking soon. So Lord & Taylor did close for renting office space, and I don't think they're gonna be able to rent that out. All right, let's continue. I don't think they'll be able to rent that out because I don't know what company will be searching for office space at this moment. As I mentioned, there are a few industries that require office, but most of them don't. Most of them have been able to work from home remotely, easily. Webster Hall. I'm not sure Webster Hall actually exists anymore. It does, yeah, it's still there. But now you're addicted to these tours. Oh, I'm glad, but none. Whoa, it's getting... Justine says, don't get drenched. Oh yeah. It's already too late. Alright, I'll find a cover. They'll be covered soon. The light looks pretty. I think it does. Look at this. Beautiful. Very attractive mask and umbrella. Oh, I'm glad you think so. All right, let's cross the street. Things are getting intense over here. You can see the rain on the street. No one is walking around. Oh. All right, this seems like the place. All right, found cover. Oh, that's crazy. Yep, perfect time for a drink. I'm gonna try again. Oh, it's getting flooded. Look at this. So it is. All right, it's absolutely pouring. Let me know if anyone has any questions. Yeah. Not good for walking at all. Not good for walking. Jeez, that's some rain. You should come to Ireland for sunshine. Indeed. The entire restaurant is almost flooded. Alright. It's a downpour. Oh yeah. Alright everyone, we're turning this into a rainy day break. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll turn the camera so you can see it. Is that 10th between 3rd and 2nd? I think. Yes, it is. 10th between 3rd and 2nd. It is, yeah. Actually, no, between 4th and 3rd. Cynthia. How close am I to the old Port Authority building? Oh, I'm not sure. Good question. I don't know. If you're referring to the Port Authority in 42nd Street, it's pretty far away. It's about a 30, 40-minute walk. Mickey was live in the rain. At least she was at home. Indeed. This is only going to be scattered, and it's not going to last for too much longer. Duplexes rent for $2,900 for 1 bedroom. That is plenty. Whoa. Yes. 11, 12 down. 12 pass on. Just give me a 7 back. All right. So I have a Negroni, and we'll wait for the raid to go in. hot dog is only $1. Here's the menu. Awesome, thank you. Okay, all right, perfect. Shit. Okay, everyone. So the rain is dying down, but I'm gonna sit down and drink a Negroni for a while. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. Rock and roll pride hot dog. Indeed. It's a nice combination. So I got myself my favorite type of cocktail, which is a Negroni. Tourists from Europe, if there are any in New York City right now. Awesome. Thank you so much. You're welcome. All right, everyone. Classic New York City treat. A hot dog with some sweet relish and a good cocktail. All right. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. And I'm really liking this change of pace in New York City. I love that we're able to sit down outside. And I love that you can sit down now and drink outside. If you watch my videos from last year, it stops in 3 minutes. Okay, good. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll be walking after I'm finished with this cocktail. If you saw my videos from Paris last time, you noticed that it's awesome to eat outside. It's very pleasant. Similar with Rome. Most places in Rome, you can also eat outside. But you couldn't do that here in New York. It was rather weird because most places were always indoors. I didn't quite get that. So first Negroni, let me. Now cocktails here are a little bit more expensive than Europe. You might be able to get a Negroni in Rome for 5 to 6 euro. Euros is almost the same thing as the dollar. It's off by like 10 or 20 cents. However, here they tend to be a little bit more expensive. This is $11, but for an $11 Negroni, it's extremely strong. And I like throwing my lemon inside of it. Let's try the hot dog. This is kind of your basic hot dog, but for $1, I would say it's a good price. Very warm hot dog. It's not a dirty water dog where they just left it kind of in slow simmering heat for hours. They just cooked this right now. It's very nice. So this is the new New York. You can now sit outdoors, and as the rain stops, we're going to see more outdoor seating as we walk through East Village. We're going to pass through Little Tokyo as well. Now, what's in the Negroni? It's Campari, gin, and vermouth. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It's definitely Campari. Campari is the main liquor here. It's all liquor, no juice inside. If not beef at all, what? This is probably a combination hot dog. It's probably not all beef hot dog. Probably a combination of pork and beef. Oh, hey, how's it going? You follow me?
What?
You follow me on? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm a tour guide. I get a lot of information from you.
What's your name?
Robbie.
Robbie. Oh, cool.
I told my coworkers to watch you, and I was gonna roll up on you.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then what do you do tours of?
Bicycle tours of the whole city, Harlem and Bronx and all Manhattan, Brooklyn.
Oh man, that's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. If you like to ride bikes, you should join us.
Oh yeah, I haven't ridden a bike since like 11 years old.
Well,
But whenever I take it up again, I might hit you up.
Yeah, please do. I don't have any cards on me.
Yeah. What's your website?
The website is brooklyngyro.com.
Brooklyn what?
Well, it's pronounced Brooklyn Gyro. But
Gyro,
Gyro.
Okay.
Yeah.
brooklyngyro.com.
Yeah, or I started my own group right on Meetup called New Colossus Collective, which is just like I make up my own group each time we meet up. And there we get a lot of old people who aren't as good at cycling, so that might be good for you.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's awesome to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Can I buy you around?
Ron, yeah, sure. If you want to sit down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right. We're gonna do a small mini interview with Robbie.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go drink.
Okay, everyone. Impromptu interview with Robbie. Let's find out life of a New Yorker. So, yeah, let's do it socially distanced if you don't mind. Yeah. Just like,
It's so cool. Dude, I knew one of these days
yeah.
I was gonna be like in your area.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Actually,
Yeah,
let me go.
because like right now, obviously, I'm not doing tours so much.
And how is the tour guiding business at this moment?
It's pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm working as a bike messenger.
Oh, as a bike messenger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was doing today. So I'm all around the city. I was listening to your Madison Square Park earlier while I was working, and I was so fascinated about that that Auschwitz memorial.
Oh fuck yeah, man! It's very rare. Like people barely see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always looking for those hidden gems. Like,
Because that wows the tourists, I assume.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and fit that into my tours.
And how long you been doing tour guiding?
Tour like almost 2 years now.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun.
And how did you find out about Urbanist in the beginning?
I mean, I just went online, because I just kind of got thrown into it. I had a friend who was doing bike tours who I was working with as a messenger.
Yeah.
And, they just needed people, so they just threw me on, even though I wasn't experienced and I wasn't, certified or anything. So I just had to learn fast. I went on YouTube. I found you, Action Kid, some other people.
Oh, cool.
But, I mean,
Do you also know,
you're probably my favorite.
Oh, I appreciate that. Do you also know Dutch Boz?
Y'all have to look that up.
Because he's another live streamer in New York, but he also does bike tours.
Okay.
Oh, and are you from New York or where are you from?
No, I moved here about 4 years ago because I wanted to be a bike messenger.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then that just led to this.
Were you a fan of the film Premium Rush?
No.
No,
A
yeah.
lot of my friends worked on it. So, no, everybody kind of just makes fun of it. Because, I don't know, it's very stupid Hollywood.
Okay,
movie.
let me for
But
context.
I love all the
Yeah.
documentaries.
Oh, the documentary? Like
Yeah,
which one?
I got to work with a lot of people who
I think your hot dog is ready. Your cocktail.
I don't order a hot dog. Though.
Oh, okay. So cool. If you have any questions for Robbie, let me know. I think you can hear him, right? They want Robbie to order. And by the way, to get our dirty water hot dog taste, add white vinegar to the water. I love these surprise encounters. I'm glad, yeah. This is really a surprise video. All right, if you have any questions for a bike tour guide, Robbie, let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, that's awesome. And so you found out randomly, you just popped up on your Facebook feed?
No, just YouTube.
YouTube, okay.
I don't use Facebook.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You found me on YouTube. My audience is way smaller on YouTube.
I know, because when I comment on YouTube, you don't respond to that, but you're responding to all these other Facebook comments.
Oh, that's why, yeah.
I'm like, who is talking to you right now?
Oh, that's so cool. And do you have a YouTube channel yourself?
I'm gonna, with everything going on right now, I have, free time, and I want to start that up. I want to get some equipment.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did a couple of tours on Zoom just for people around the world, previous guests on my tours that I kept in touch with, family and friends. I did that a couple times, but I didn't record it. But now at least I know how to do that. I'm not so tech savvy, I just.
But I'm curious, what made you want to be a bike messenger?
The documentaries.
And which one?
Probably my favorite one is The Need for Speed.
Oh,
which is in the
interesting. Okay.
90s. It's just a really cool peek
Uh-huh.
into the 90s and like how people dressed and talked.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and there's
And they probably showed this area as well
yeah.
in the documentary. Oh, that's so cool.
There's a bunch of them.
Okay, for everyone who doesn't know, I just want to clarify. Bike messaging is like a huge job here in New York City. There's like hundreds, right?
There's thousands. There
Thousands.
used to
Okay.
be a lot more.
What
Like,
happened?
So I mean, before like the fax machine.
Okay.
Yeah. So in a book I read, it said like before fax machines, there was about 15,000 paper messengers, and that number went down to about like 3,000 or less. So like now most of the messengers you see are delivering like food and stuff.
Yeah.
Not really like legal documents like there used to be a ton of that.
Oh yeah. I assume like email replaced
Yeah,
most
but
of
now
that.
there's
Also.
like electronic signatures and you can transfer checks electronically instead of having somebody deliver it.
So what are you mostly delivering now?
So, I mean, these days, like, I've done a lot. Like, I mean, with the Landmarks Preservation Commission, like, they,
Oh, you work with them.
No, but they, like when an architecture firm needs to apply to work on some landmark building, they need to send an actual messenger and deliver it physically. So that's something that I've done a lot of, and it's also just a lot of fashion stuff. But you know, the fashion industry isn't doing so good. So
Yeah. Right now, I assume.
yeah, it's been kind of slow.
But I assume you have to like. Are you sending like prototype dresses and stuff like that? Oh,
Yeah.
that's yeah. That makes sense because they
Yeah.
go from place to place.
Yeah, lots of Soho to the Garment District.
Oh, okay. That really makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a fashion documentary just a few
I
months
saw
ago.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, right when the pandemic hit.
I'm trying to expand my knowledge because I have like no understanding of the fashion world. But you're very fashionable. I love the whole floral thing you've got going.
Oh, thank you. It's part of my brand at this point. Let me see if anyone has any questions. Now the mystery. How are you dry while biking in this weather? But not last.
I'm a little bit wet.
Yeah. How do you stay dry whenever you do biking?
Oh, it's pretty much. I mean, when it rains all day, it's pretty much impossible. Like you could wear like the most expensive rain gear and still get soaked. I guess it's just because like this, like you're going fast and the angle it's hitting you up. I don't know.
And there's never shade, right? You're never like. It's
Yeah.
very rare that you're driving underneath trees.
Yeah, I mean sometimes I'll try to go under as much scaffolding as I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked in that storm we had like a week ago.
Oh wow.
That's
Okay.
pretty wild.
Wow. So we had Storm Isaiah just a few days ago, and it was pretty rough, and you had to work right through it.
I worked in the morning.
Oh, okay.
It was mostly my friend Alex who did most of the work. I did like 2 jobs.
Oh, okay.
But I can say that I worked in.
Let me see if anyone has any other
it destroyed
questions.
New York. Like there's a ton of trees that were blown over.
Yeah. What's the name of this bar? That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't. My friend Yaki like told me the name of it. I asked him where you were because I knew you were in the neighborhood,
Oh, cool.
and he helped me track you down.
Oh, yeah.
I tuned in when you were at well when you started at Union Square. I was like sitting in that island, like right on 14th and Park Avenue. Like that's where a lot of the messengers hang out.
Oh, interesting.
So I was there when you started up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go find him.
Oh, cool.
Say hi.
You did your job well. Speaking of like messenger hangouts, where are they? There's that one.
That's the big one.
That's the big one.
I mean, they've changed a lot over the years.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be different parts.
Is there a bar?
Messenger bars? Yeah, there's a few.
Like in the film Premium Rush?
I mean, there's a few messenger bars.
Okay.
I like a couple of them are in Williamsburg. I don't know if I should say which ones though.
Oh, okay. Is it because the community is like
Yeah,
it
I
being
guess.
like tight knit?
I don't know.
That
I
makes
mean,
sense.
there's East River Bar and there's
Yeah.
Second Chance, and those are the ones that I like.
Oh, cool. Let me see if anyone has any other questions. Robbie says, Donald says, how do New York City drivers compare to other cities?
Wait, what?
How do New York City drivers compare to other cities?
I'm from Florida, so way better. Here.
Way better. Interesting. Why? How's they respect more of the traffic laws?
I think so. Well, it's not about being better drivers. It's more of like a cultural thing where drivers in Florida just hate cyclists. You know, we don't really have like not that bicycle lanes are very useful anyway.
Yeah.
But we don't have a lot of that in Florida, and like it really is a cultural thing against cyclists that is more prevalent in Florida than it is here. And also, like, cycling is really getting more popular here.
Oh, it is, man. Especially during the pandemic. I've noticed, like, hundreds of more bicyclists.
Yeah, I mean, they say it's a safer way to get around.
Yeah. Oh, well, way better than a subway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see what else.
Maybe I'll start cycling instead of driving.
You know what? Like, I've been doing a lot of... watching a lot of videos about Amsterdam and Netherlands, and biking there seems so damn pleasant.
Yeah.
No one wears a helmet, and yet they have the lowest incidence of head injuries in the world.
They're 99% of my income. It's almost always Dutch people.
Oh, interesting. On your tours. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. like Dutch people like learn to ride a bike like as soon as they can walk.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
of course.
They love cycling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And does he do movie set guides? Oh, do you guide around movie locations?
I'm not really that interested in movie locations.
Yeah.
Like the con about doing bicycle tours is that you have to cover so much ground in a short amount of time. So I can only talk about a couple things at each one, and we have to keep going. And like movie sets, it just isn't really something that I'm not interested in. So I just kind of talk about whatever I want.
Oh, cool.
Find it interesting.
You're just like me in the Urbanist. Yeah. Well, and like, what's the most popular tour that you do?
The one that I've done the most amount of times is just the standard Manhattan tour. It's supposed to be 4 hours, but sometimes mine goes to like 5 or 6.
Oh,
like,
wow.
We're having fun and I talk so much.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll grab a drink somewhere. But the one that's my favorite is the Harlem and Bronx tour, which is the one that I designed myself. And I totally...
Harlem and the Bronx? Oh, that's interesting. Where you go in the Bronx?
That one's really intense though. It's like 25 miles, lots of hills.
Yeah.
In the Bronx, so we crossed the High Bridge over.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That must be very rickety in the beginning with all the wood panels.
It goes through High Bridge Park, which is so beautiful.
Okay.
They've been doing some construction there lately, but it's pretty smooth. It's just once you get to the Bronx in Morris Park, it's called Morris Hill, I think. It's very hilly, and then you get to University Heights, Bronx Community College.
Oh, cool.
Have you been there?
Bronx, not yet. I wanted to do a tour, but I'm not sure if it's open during the pandemic. Has it been open?
I think it's always open.
Okay.
It's a very open campus. You just got to show your ID to get in.
It's really cool because of the architecture,
Yeah,
right?
like sometimes you can get into Gould Memorial Library, sometimes you can't.
Interesting.
But if you if you're gonna do a tour, you should probably go on a day when you can get inside.
Yeah.
Just call. Like you can usually get somebody on the phone.
Oh, all right.
And then like the Hall of Fame for Great Americans is just around the outside of the library.
Yeah. And that's accessible by foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
like
awesome.
we just get off our bikes and walk through it. And then we get lunch in Little Italy. We go to Soundview, take the ferry back to Manhattan.
Oh, cool.
Gracie Mansion.
It sounds like a very down-to-earth tour. I would recommend taking this tour if you want like more of an urbanist style
Brooklyn
experience.
Gyro.
Yeah, Brooklyn Gyro. Let me see if there's any other comments. Cynthia says you remind her of when you lived here.
Oh.
I think she said that you fit in with the East Village vibe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think that's what she said.
I
Um,
definitely prefer the vibe of the East Village if I had to pick somewhere in Manhattan.
exactly. And he's Mr. Barrios asked a great question. He's saying keep an eye on your bike, but how do you feel about like leaving bikes when you're ever like chilling out?
Always put a lock on it.
You pull a lock on it. Okay, all right.
Yeah, always. Like, you can't be too careful. I mean, bikes get stolen all the time, and like,
Yeah.
you know, like my friends put like so much money into their bicycles. You gotta have a very comfortable ride. If you're gonna spend like 7 or 8 hours a day riding it.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing like 40 or 50 miles a day sometimes more. So, you know, you put a lot of money into it, and if it gets stolen, that's like our livelihood.
And is it fixed or is it?
This one is fixed.
Oh, interesting.
It's a lot of fun. And I also have a mountain bike,
Oh, okay.
which I locked up and I lost the key to. So I gotta sort that out.
What do you recommend for people starting biking here in New York City?
Come on one of my tours.
No, I mean for the type of bikes.
I mean, it's just about personal comfort. Like, I find my mountain bike very comfortable. Just get good tires. Because like cheap tires are gonna get flat constantly.
Yeah.
And like an inexpensive tire will last you a very long time. It's just about personal preference. For city riding, I guess like a mountain bike or a cruiser or a road bike, it really depends on how you want to ride. Personally, I want to have all the bicycles. Like I like I like riding every kind of bike. I like my options.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. And with a fixed bike, I assume you can go faster.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably not the best option for rain, but it wasn't really on the forecast today. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a lot of track bikes don't have brakes,
So Johnny asks, sorry to interrupt, but Johnny asks, I'm a huge fan of Ralph Ellison. Does your Harlem tour include the memorial sculptures in Riverside Park? Do you go by Riverside? Is there biking paths in Riverside?
Which rivers?
It's the park right next to
Yeah.
Columbia University.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I was thinking a little bit. I mean, I change it up a lot, but I don't really go along the park too much. Like, I go into State River Park, which is just like on top of this like water treatment plant, just like in the Hudson River.
Oh, interesting.
It's awesome. You gotta like cross the bridge to get there.
Yeah.
It's an incredible view of the George Washington Bridge. And then like I tell that cute story about the little red lighthouse.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you go back and continue.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let me
But,
see.
no, I'm open to ideas. That's a good suggestion.
And what's your opinion of petty taxis?
They're cool.
They're cool.
Yeah. They seem like very expensive. Like they charge like $5 a minute.
And do petty taxis hang out with bikers? No, it's different
it's
crowds.
A totally different scene. Yeah.
And how about the new scene with delivery bikers, the ones who do Grubhub and Seamless? Do they hang out with the bike messengers?
There's overlap.
Okay, because they tend to be a lot of African immigrants, like from Senegal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took I mean, those guys are like riding e-bikes. So it's not a matter of like agree and like what I do meshing, because it does like come together, but there is like e-bike and non-e-bike.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, like if I showed up to work with an e-bike, like I would be like excommunicated. Like I'd be done.
Wait, why is
They're
that?
like purists. I don't know.
Would you ride an e-bike? Have you ridden an e-bike?
I have.
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
Is it even allowed in the city technically?
yeah, so they lifted the ban on
interesting.
throttle
Okay.
e-bikes
Yeah.
around the start of the pandemic. Just because the food delivery industry was growing so much. Because like early on, the restaurants were like totally shut down, like only takeout and delivery.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, you can ride any kind of e-bike. There's like no restrictions on it.
Let me see what
And
else.
like I rode one time, and it was honestly kind of fun.
You rode. Let me see. Pedicabs are more than than the therapist. So people say that pedicabs are like a combination of someone who could just chat with you as you're taking the ride.
Yeah, and they also have some like knowledge. Like they go around Central Park a lot.
Yeah.
So like I guess they would be considered a tour guide. Also.
Yeah. Now some of them,
They've got that
some of them are very
service as well.
knowledgeable.
I mean, like when I'm doing my tours, I overhear what they're saying to their guests a lot.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it sounds kind of stupid, but I don't know.
What's your craziest story from a tour?
I mean, so with Europeans, on European bikes, the brakes are on opposite sides.
Oh, interesting.
And you gotta remind me of it.
Yeah.
Because I've had people like fly off the front of their handlebars before. Yeah, but like,
Are they okay?
Yeah, all that happens is their friends laugh at them and then we continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you had any crazy clients? I have barely done tours, so I haven't really encountered
Yeah,
them.
like early on when I first, like I told you, like I went into it with no experience.
Yeah.
So I think I'm like technically still on the clock. So I gotta see if there's any.
Oh, you do? Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you
just-
sitting down and chatting.
My phone is going. No, I just want to check my phone.
I gotta start walking also as well. Everyone, appreciate your comments, and it was awesome to sit down with a bike messenger. You know, I've been meaning to like interview a bike messenger for the longest time. Mostly because one of my favorite movies is Premium Rush. I know it's not very popular with sort of bike crowds.
I enjoyed it. It was a very silly movie. Because when I was like when I told my friends I was coming to New York, like everyone was asking me if I'd seen the movie Premium Rush.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard of it. So like my friend and I watched it like a week before I left.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
it was honestly like fucking hilarious. It
Well,
was just a very silly movie.
what's accurate about it? Or what? Actually, no. What's the better question? What's not accurate about it?
So one thing, like my friend that I was watching with, like he thought that the most ridiculous thing was how he seemed to have like superpowers, where when he was going fast and approaching an intersection, time slowed, and he's scoping out all these potential like lines that he could take.
He has like a spidey sense for biking.
Yeah, but I actually think that part is kind of real. Like,
What interesting. Do you like? You sometimes like
Yeah,
feel like you have to calculate a route?
you do have to calculate.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that when I'm walking in
Like,
Midtown
The way
Manhattan.
that they portrayed it looked kind of dumb, but yeah, I could see it. I could see what they were going for.
And how about with the bike culture, like with all the bikers uniting at the end? Does that feel like it could happen? Is the bike crowd like really that cohesive?
We're pretty close.
Okay.
I mean, I don't run into my coworkers that often in the day.
Okay, you don't see them off the street at least.
I mean, we run into each other like every now and then.
Like among the live streamers, I only run into like one of them. I only ran into New York Live with Mickey. If you ever seen her,
Who?
she's mostly on Facebook. New York Live with Mickey. I haven't casually ran into like Action Kid or Here Be Bar. There's a few others.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them too. But I mean, a lot of them, like you're very focused on Manhattan, they've been in like the Bronx and Coney Island, and, like South Brooklyn a lot. I'm not gonna find them. Like I'm not gonna be riding there all the time.
Yeah, I mean, what I admire about a person like Action Kid is that he goes to really weird places, like places that have no history, and are just like really off the map. And I really appreciate that, because I wouldn't go there. Yeah.
You know What a Shame, Mary Jane?
Yeah. I mean, I've done like 3 videos with her. Yeah.
Dude, okay, I love her. Yeah, she did City Island, I think, yesterday or the other day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, her content's great.
So What a Shame, Mary Jane. I've done like 3 videos with her, including the Jackson Heights food tour. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna start walking again. Robbie, it was such a pleasure meeting you, man.
It was a great pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for having me.
Where can people find your bike tours once again?
Brooklyn Gyro.
Brooklyn
or
Gyro.
if you want to go on a free tour just on the meetup website, New Colossus Collective.
Oh, that's so cool that you have a meetup club. Okay, so you can take advantage of either.
I started a few days ago. We had our first ride like last Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'll announce a new one soon if you want to join.
And what's your favorite places around here in the East Village?
I mean, I go to Tompkins Square Park a lot. I'm gonna head over there now. In the center of the park, like right next to the Krishna tree.
Yeah.
A few of those benches are named after messengers I knew who passed away.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. There's a new recent one I want to visit, so that's where I'm gonna head now.
Oh, cool. All right, man. Enjoy that. Let me it was a pleasure running into you. Hopefully we'll run into each other again.
I'm sure we will.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna give you an elbow bump. Right. Have a great day, man.
Do you want a hot dog?
Hot dog, yeah. It wasn't claimed. All right, I'll grab it. All right, everyone. Hot dog to go. Have a great day, Robbie.
Okay, you too.
Bye. All right, so let's continue walking through. Hot dog to go. That was a pleasure meeting Robbie. Be sure to check him out at Brooklyn Gyro. And let's walk around. Do I know Natalie in New York? Yes, I've seen her before. I don't follow her too closely, but someone has forwarded me her stuff before that. So I hope everyone enjoyed that random impromptu chat. That's why you tune into these wanderings. Again, I do more focused history videos on the scheduled days, 1 p.m., Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now let's wander even more. Who knows what we'll encounter? Or who we'll encounter? Let's go. Sarah, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Hello, Judy from Brea, California. Yo, Herbie got a mention hereby. Yeah, hereby got a mention. Ariel's wonderful. Glad to see you here. Oh, I'm glad, Justine. Alex, sorry I didn't ask the right question. You mentioned petty taxi versus limo. Is he from Europe? His accent? No, I don't think he was from Europe. He said he was from Florida. Yeah, Rodney was from Florida. This was a definite plus. At least with the stretch limo, it's an hour cheaper. It's cheaper. Sometimes it can be, yeah. Send him out with Action Kid. Darren, yeah, I think so. I think he might need to do a collaboration. Robbie, sorry, I said Rodney by mistake. Robbie needs to do a collaboration with Action Kid at some point. I agree. Carolyn lost the feed. Oh, I'm so sad you lost the feed. Hopefully you can find it again. So here we're passing by Cooper Union. I'll tell you the intersections because I know people want to know. Stuyvesant Street and 3rd Avenue. Where's Stuyvesant and 3rd Avenue? Stuyvesant and 3rd Avenue. All right, everyone. So people have been asking, where is Little Tokyo? So people have been asking, where is Little Tokyo? Donald, fellow urbanist, hopefully he's watching. Little Tokyo, I went to Chinatown a few days ago. There was also a lot of Koreans in Flushing, Chinatown, and Taiwanese and Hong Kongese. However, for Japanese style food, you have to come here along these 2 blocks, which is 9th Street, Stuyvesant/Stuyvesant Street, and St. Mark's Place. Let's walk around. I'll point out the Japanese places. Hello, Geraldine. Hello, Alex. This is one of my favorite cocktail bars. Here is Angel Share. Unfortunately, it's closed due to the pandemic. However, they say that they have to-go cocktails down here. That's awesome. So Angel Share is really good because it's hidden inside Village Yokocho. And Village Yokocho is kind of like comfort food, Japanese comfort food. So it's a lot of fried stuff. And it doesn't look fancy at all. However, inside Village Yokocho, it's very fancy because there is a cocktail bar that looks straight out of World War II era kind of England. It's really cool. So apparently there's to-go cocktails. Oh. Is this Angel Share?
This is Angel Share, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And can I order a cocktail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please give me 1 second. Actually, we're still set up outside the table right now.
Oh, okay. So what time does it officially open?
Actually 5, but since outside was rainy today,
Yeah.
so we just kind of running it late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I grab a seat? Yeah, awesome. Just one.
Just yourself?
Yeah, just myself. Awesome.
So you can scan menu on the table bar.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then just the menu is show up on your phone.
Do you have any signature cocktail?
It's on the menu.
It's on the menu. Okay. Good.
Actually, we have this kind of our signature cocktail. That
Yeah.
besides this cocktail, we serve in the beer, the sake, the shochu, or just some kind of cocktail based
Yeah.
on Japanese tradition.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so comfy seats. This is just going to turn into an impromptu cocktail crawl, just so I can show you one of the best cocktail bars in New York City, in my opinion. Yeah, my pleasure. It is truly one of the best cocktail bars. I'm so glad it's outside. So it's very rare. These guys are very hard to get into. It's a crowd of 4 people. It gets really packed when it was normal hours, but this is a special time. We can go outside. So I'm going to show you how to look at the menu.
If you have any questions, just let me know.
Awesome, thank you.
You're just they're live in now?
Yeah, I'm doing a live stream. I explore cities around the world. And I've been meaning to show Angel Share for the longest time.
Nice.
I showed it once, yeah, about like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I interviewed a woman who said she was the co-owner, but I forgot her name.
The arena?
I think it was, yeah.
She's actually the daughter of our owner.
Okay. Is the owner still alive?
Yeah.
Still? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
owner
awesome.
is,
Okay. How old is he, if I may ask?
How old is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, more around 70, 80, maybe something like that, maybe around 70.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize. Oh my God, okay.
Yeah. And then now just their sons trying to take over.
Yeah, oh, that's good.
We have so many kind of places. This one, the whole building is leased by our owner, and then this, the other Sunrise Market also.
And you guys collaborating with the restaurant here to open up?
Yeah.
Or did you take over?
We just all moved down from upstairs
Yeah.
to Angel Share and then Village Yokocho. Village Yokocho has a kitchen, and then we cooperate with the kitchen right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, we can serve Angel Share cocktail and
Yeah.
also Yokocho food at the same time. But nowadays, our concept is that people can enjoy the cocktail and the Yokocho food at the same time here.
Oh, I could do that now.
Yeah. That's why
Ooh,
it's
cool.
kind of summer edition. That we kind of more flexible, more open, more accessible to everyone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is a kind of our concept to move downstairs.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna check out the menu. Thank you. Okay, so here's the menu. Right there, I'll show it to all of you. The bar is called Angel Share, and this is really. So people are asking about florals on my phone. Yeah, I do have florals on my phone. I'm very well matched. Yeah, with florals umbrella. Okay, so I'll show you the menu actually. Let's check it out. So $13 is a really good price. Usually they're 18, so they reduced their price a little bit. and you can take them to go. And let's see the different type of cocktails. This is really cool, everyone. I really wanted to show you this for quite a while. They have really excellent cocktails. In my opinion, it's the best cocktail bar in New York City. Look at this one, Papaya and Friends, with jalapeno tincture. Okay, so the menu is limited for cocktails, but let's choose one of the signature cocktails. Look at this one, Sabor a mí, Bacardi Añejo Cuarto, which is a classic Bacardi. I'm Puerto Rican, so that is awesome. With blossom water, ooh, that's amazing. And look at this, Mai Tai, a version of Mai Tai. Ooh, okay. And yuzu, okay, flipbird. Ooh, that's so cool. So I'm gonna get the Sabor a mí. And let's see food. I'm gonna see one thing for food.
Sometimes this is super portable. Like you can't do like this way. That's why I like this. Okay.
All right, I'll have the Sabor a mí. And then, what do you recommend for a bite? What's very like uniquely Japanese? Well, everything's Japanese,
Yeah,
but
actually,
anything really cool.
Everything is based on Japanese cuisine. If you want to go to skewers type,
Yeah.
so you can just pick the yakitori. If you want to kind of the fried skewers, it's the kushiage.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
the one of the favorite based on the west side, west side Japanese cuisine.
Ooh, awesome. Which kushiyaki do you recommend?
I like meat, that's why. Just the kind of the
Which one?
meat.
Meat.
Some kind of the butabara.
Ooh, okay.
This kind of the great for you.
Okay, I'll have the butamana.
Butabara.
Okay.
Kushiage. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Saburami is nice.
Awesome.
I like saburami.
Sabori?
Saburami is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys won the Bacardi cocktail challenge
Yeah.
back in 2011, was it, or 2012?
2012, my mentor is won the global, and
Yeah.
then 4 years later, my senior also won the globals, and then this actually last year I was joining.
Yeah.
It's with this Saburami, and then now I won the US stage.
You won.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of the bartenders.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Okay.
And I won the US stage. I was gonna go the global stage last May, but it's postponed by next May.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna compete one more year.
Oh,
As a
wow.
kinda US
Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much.
How long you been bartending here?
In here, it's 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So-
I've probably seen you before. I used to come a whole lot back in like 2016, 2017.
But
Yeah.
actually, 3 years ago, I was completely beginner in here. That's why,
Yeah.
even though I had the bartending in Japan, but right after I moved out to Japan to here, so that's why my language skill is not enough to communicate with customer.
Yeah.
So that's why this kind of thing to made me the beginner, of course. This, the kind of the adjusting the palette, adjusting the skill also. It's everything like, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
So-
And how was it? How was it bartending in Japan versus here, if I may ask?
Is it kind of the techniques is a little different, but
Yeah.
actually we are based on the Japanese skill. So techniques wise, little different, but not really.
Yeah.
It's kind of for
Also, may I put you on camera?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah. Well, so how is it different between U.S. and Tokyo?
I mean, just the techniques, also the palette and the skill-wise, it's kind of different because
Yeah.
ice cube is different. That makes the skills of different.
Mm.
Yes. So we could use a harder ice cube in Japan. So maybe we can just how to shake.
Yeah.
But here we have to think more like not to break the ice cube inside shaker. That's why we have to get a more flexible shakes compared to Japanese shaken.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, why is the ice harder in Japan than it is here?
In Japan,
Yeah.
we have so many kind of the places treating the ice cubes.
Yeah.
So this is
Also, they actually carve the ice for you
because,
guys.
in Japan, we have a kind of time to prepare every stuff during working time.
Yeah.
But since we are freaking busy here, we can't prepare it on the during work. That's why. So once we think every single cocktail has to be with the hard ice cube, we have to take maybe more than 2 days. Something like. So it's impossible. It's impossible way to do this. So that's why we just rely on the kind of little that softer ice cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's making the dilution more because the portion is also different.
Oh, wow.
Japanese cocktails are considered as 2 ounces for every portion, but here at least we pour the 3 portions or 4 portions.
So there's more alcohol here.
More alcohol here and a more kind
Interesting.
of big amount.
Okay.
So big amount, let's say if you taste as a shot, if you taste on the rocks, taste of course different, right? So that's why we consider the texture into your palate too. So that's why it's better to use a kind of softer ice cube for this big amount of cocktail.
Yeah, it makes sense because otherwise it'll just melt very quickly.
Yes.
Oh.
Otherwise it's super strong. It's super hit to your tongue.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, that's why.
And how's the price difference then?
Price is completely different. Of course, it's based on location.
Yeah.
Here it's New York. It's a kind of middle of New York. That's why. So
Yeah, of course.
My place in Tokyo was the kind of the nowhere of Tokyo. It's a cocktail cheap, maybe half price than here.
Of course.
It's
Yeah.
one cocktail.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow. And you guys have a good price now because usually you're $18 and now it's $13.
Yeah, usually we serve in the $16.
$16
Yeah,
is
but
the price.
nowadays we just serve in the $13.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait to try. Okay, this is really awesome. Hasa, so you've been getting random interviews with interesting people. I'm gonna take this off because I'm pretty far away from people. So, a little bit about speakeasy culture. Speakeasies are very common in New York City now. They are following the tradition of the secret cocktail bar that used to exist in the Prohibition era in the US, which was the 1920s. Bars, because alcohol was made illegal, bars had to go underground and be secretive. So they had to take in a password. You had to like knock on a door a certain way, and they would like have a little viewfinder to see if the person is legit, and they would ask for a password. Nowadays they continue that tradition. However, there's only like 2 or 3 places that require a password. This one is not one of them. This one just requires you to go through an unmarked door. So the door in Village Yokocho doesn't have any marking that says Angel Share, and there's no title that says Angel Share. So it is a speakeasy in that truest sense. So feel free to ask me any questions if you have about speakeasies. There's a speakeasy on St. Mark's. Is it still here? This is the one. This is the St. Mark's speakeasy, Angel Share. On actual, you're talking about on actual St. Mark's, that's Criff Dogs, and that is Please Don't Tell. Now, the interesting thing is, a lot of people say Please Don't Tell was the first one, or employees only in the West Village. But this one claims to actually be the first one. And I believe them, because they started around early 2000. I think they started around 2002, 2001, which was 5 or 6 years before even Please Don't Tell. Mr. Barrio says it was French accent. I think that accent you're hearing is Japanese. With the hot dog sign, you're talking about Criff Dogs, yes. Criff Dogs is the speakeasy is called PDT, which stands for Please Don't Tell. And do I know the Franklin Tower? I'm not sure what the Franklin Tower is. I love that you get to do 2 things you've been wanting to do. You're getting something extra special out of it today. Oh, I really am, Justine. What makes it the best cocktail bar? If you're not someone who likes drinking, then it's a little bit tough. But the reason that the best cocktail bar is because the cocktails are just really well done. As the man mentioned, he was trained in Japan. He came over here, started doing cocktail bars. A lot of the ones that are working here are really experienced cocktail makers, and they do a really excellent job. Just excellent job. They use great quality ingredients, great quality liquors, and the ambiance is really awesome. Even though we are outside, when it was open pre-pandemic, the ambiance was really nice. and they used to do Angel Share with share, like in sharing. I'm sharing. So Bernal asked, oh yeah, is it Angel Share? I'll show you the title one more time. And here it is. Summer edition, because they're usually up here. And they have an annex over here, which is a little bit easier to enter. So where does the word Angel Share comes from? Angel Share is actually a reference to the process of storing bourbon in barrels or whiskey in barrels. So you put whiskey, you put it in barrels and let it age. And usually you let it age at least a few months and sometimes even more. It could be up to like 12 years, sometimes I think even more for a very expensive whiskey. The Angel Share is the amount of whiskey that's lost during...
Yeah, this is a Saborami.
Ooh, wonderful, thank you. All right, let's try it out. Oh man, amazing.
You want me to talk about this cocktail?
Yeah, please let me know, yeah. What's your name, by the way?
My name is Tsune.
Niste?
Tsune.
Sune.
Yes.
Sune, okay.
How are you? So this cocktail, the name is after Saborami. It's the one of my legacy cocktail that joined in the Bacardi Legacy competition.
Mm-hmm.
So this name is inspired by one bolero song. It's called also Saborami.
Oh, a bolero song.
Bolero
Interesting.
song.
Okay.
It's, maybe to bring you the romantic mood, romantic flavor.
Yeah.
And also it says like when two souls fuse together.
Yeah.
Like you know, one will get the one will get the flavor with the other one.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of romantic phrase. I
Yeah.
really love it, the phrase, and I just want to make.
It's almost like the red string in Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also that I just look back to my culture. My culture is kind of based on the cherry blossom flavor.
Yeah.
But
And this has blossom juice, blossom
this
water.
is orange blossom juice. has.
Okay.
But actually, the more than that, I kind of think cherry blossom flavor is so hard to get in the world
Why is that?
because it's maybe kind of unknown flavor for
Yeah.
everyone. Everyone knows cherry blossom is, but everyone doesn't know what exactly flavor is.
Oh, I
But
see.
I know I have a little idea of cherry blossom flavor.
Yeah.
And I just want to kind of make this kind of flavor without any stuff dedicated to the cherry blossom itself. So I picked the Bacardi 4, Bacardi Anejo Quattro, and the plum wine and the cinnamon. So these three ingredients they impart to the true essence of cherry blossom flavor, I believe. And then I picked these three, and then they add the grapefruit juice, the bonds cocktail together, and then the lemon juice and the orange blossom water. They bring the light acidity.
What I like about you guys is it's so perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
So whenever you put like cinnamon in a cocktail, sometimes it could be like too cinnamony.
Exactly. Sometimes the cinnamon is overwhelming, but
Yeah.
this one is kind of cello flavor of the cinnamon. It's more to combine the other ingredients to achieve to the cherry blossom flavor.
How long does it take you to balance it or to figure out the perfect recipe?
It's kind of hard because first of all, I started the other ingredients to achieve the cherry blossom flavor.
Yeah.
The one time I screwed up to making the flavor because it's so hard for me. And then finally, I got this flavor. It's like maybe 2 months or 3 months. After I just tried to create this cocktail.
And then you have to import the blossom water over here as well.
Yeah, actually, orange blossom water is super kind of easy to be accessible.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I could use it.
Oh, very cool. And why do you guys use so much Bacardi? Because you won the contest for Bacardi. Why do you prefer Bacardi? And I love hearing that because I'm Puerto Rican myself.
Okay.
And last year I did a tour of the Bacardi compound, and I love the rum. But why do you guys choose that rum?
First of all, we love it. We love it, and also the person who works at the Bacardi just support us a lot, and we have the strong connection each other. We love them, they love us. So this is a kind of the connect the people. It's a kind of theme of the rum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cheers, saru, and then it's like.
I remember you guys used to have a deconstructed rum cola, Cuba Libre. Yeah, you had like a deconstructed version of it,
Yeah,
which is really interesting.
Yeah, we try to change the menu every season. That's why now we don't have this cocktail, but we kind of have the other kind of rum cocktail based on the Bacardi also.
Actually,
this is one of
one thing I wanted to tell people about was bespoke cocktails, which you guys do really good here. What does that mean, bespoke cocktails?
this oak cocktail.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, when you say like I like rum and I want something with a little sweet, you guys are able to just make a cocktail like that.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, true. No, I mean, this, first of all, this, our owner believes in kind of the Asian palate so much.
Yeah.
So because we have maybe the cello balanced flavor, that's why maybe our kind of the making the taste is based on our palate. Also, we just twisted a little tips of the classic cocktail. This believes that achieve the good flavor of the cocktail too. So we don't put any kind of complex, we don't put any too much ingredients because it's kind of someone confused.
Exactly, and not too much sugar either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
You guys barely use sugar, period.
not really.
Yeah. Not really? Okay, you use it once in a while?
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. And you designed this cocktail yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Man, I love it. Really great job.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Thank you. So, Audio Slave says Sabor a Mi is a song by Los Panchos. So describe it for you a little. Okay. I actually forgot what I was going to say about angel share. Angel share is the part of the alcohol that just evaporates after a while in the barrel. And they call it the angel share. Basically, it's the part of the cocktail that's to the angels. That's where the name comes from. And he certainly knows what he's talking about cocktails. Yes, he does. He seems to be very expert in cocktails. I called him by mistake a bartender, but what he really is a mixologist. And yes, some people use that in a pretentious context, but the difference between a mixologist and a bartender is that it's almost like a chef to a cook.
Sure.
Amazing, thank you. Do you prefer to call yourself a mixologist, or what's your preferred title?
Just bartender is fine.
Bartender is fine. Oh, okay.
As a mixologist, I consider mixologist as a kind of treating the cocktail menu or the cocktail recipe that bring you the new bar. Something like kind of cocktail, cocktail consultant, I guess.
Yeah.
This is like a mixologist, but bartender has to do everything. The bartender just bring a tent to your bar.
Oh, I see.
So something like this. The
And-
bartender has to take care of the customer's mood, the cocktail, everything actually.
And is Japan, is the translation literal? Is there a literal translation for bartender, or is it something different?
We don't have any translation into Japanese. Just bartender is a bartender in Japan also.
Oh, really? It's called just bartender. Oh, fascinating. Oh, cool. And then the bars are much smaller, right?
Yeah, much smaller.
Much smaller. Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. All right, let's try this. Look at this. So here is a pork skewer. And tie a ribbon around the old oak tree playing. And Jackie says skills, indeed. So as I was saying, he prefers bartender, but I would call him mixologist because mixologist is someone who knows how to design a cocktail. From my point of view, especially if you're in America, bartenders could be people who just usually just serve whatever's on the list. Or cocktails they already know that already exist. Like someone could easily make a Negroni because Negronis have the same ingredients everywhere. You can also you do a pina colada everywhere. A mojito is the same thing everywhere. However, with a unique cocktail, it takes skill. It's almost like being a chef. You could be a cook, and you could cook a great spaghetti carbonara. You could create a great pot roast. However, to make something new out of ingredients that might be the same, you do require the expertise of a chef. And that's the mixologist is like chef, bartender I think is like cook. However, of course, the individual people might call themselves differently. And I do this all the time in New York City. I accept a stop for coffee, always talking to people. But for 6 months at home, you can't do this. Cindy, I really do hope the pandemic ends. I hope the vaccine comes soon so you can walk again. I'm glad I can show you as I'm out and about. Okay, so let's eat this this skewer and then keep on walking. All right, everyone, let me know in the comments. Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying walking around, sitting down and enjoying cocktails? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to ask me any questions about cocktails or about bars. Let's try this down. So this almost tastes like fried fish, and it's pork, but somehow they make it taste like fried fish. It's really great, really tasty, really flaky. The pork is just perfectly cooked and very tender. You can almost eat it with a spoon. And the sauce is really great. I'm not sure what the sauce is, but it's really awesome. It's like a thick soy sauce. That's how it looks like. And they have a little bit of mustard. Let's see, let's try it with a little bit of mustard. Hey Martin, welcome. Close to my old neighborhood? Yeah. Eat up or it will be a real crawl back home. The weather changed. Yeah, the weather has changed. So it changed very nice. And all right, everyone, ask me any questions. Oh yeah, keep on going, says Juan. Oh, Juan, I'm so glad you're enjoying this. Cynthia says, nice walk. I'm glad you're enjoying this. How are you so thin? Asked Cynthia. I walk a lot. Also, I avoid eating sugars, dairy, and bread. Obviously, I'm drinking a cocktail that might have some sugar in it, and also I'm eating fried fish. But generally, just my general diet every day at home, I don't eat too much bread or dairy. And I walk a lot, so I think that's the combination. And whenever I eat sugar, I tend to be very picky when I eat sugar. I tend to not eat foods that have sugar in it. If you'll be surprised how many foods in America have sugar in it that are not sweets. Like breads, some breads that you buy at the supermarket have sugar. Some drinks you buy, fruit juices that you buy at the supermarket also has sugar. Coffee can have sugar. A bunch of things have sugar. I tend to avoid those sugars. Whenever I have sugar, it's going to be with the donut or right now with cocktail. And this has been a great one. I'm so glad. And Deb, thank you so much for the stars. Absinthe is illegal in America. Yes and no. It's not illegal, it's just banned. And some absinthe is banned. You can't really bring in, absinthe from Czech Republic, I think. It's not that hard to bring absinthe. It's hard to bring absinthe from Czech Republic. The absinthe you'll find here is usually from Pernod, and it's French absinthe. I don't know the full details, but what I can tell you from personal experience, I've been to Prague, I tried Czech absinthe, and it was a completely different experience from any other type of alcohol I've ever had. I felt really different from drinking another type of alcohol. The drunken feeling was it was a different feeling. I didn't, of course, see anything as the myths say, but that's what I say. What's the temperature tonight in New York City? It's pretty hot. It was about 88 degrees earlier. And the deadliest alcohol next to real moonshine. Absinthe is not deadly. It's not deadly. Moonshine is deadly because it's illegally produced, and the people who might be producing it might not know what they're doing. All right, let's try it. Okay, so as I finish this cocktail, ask me any questions about speakeasy or cocktail culture here in New York City. And then we're going to continue walking around. A little bit more about this place is if it ever opens again indoors, which it will at some point in 2021, go on the snowy day. It's really magical to sit right by the window side on the snowy day drinking a good cocktail like this. And the cool thing is, when they're normal hours, they make cocktails and they put in different glasses. And the glasses are different according to the type of cocktail you drink. Mad 46 Rooftop Bar, is it any good? I haven't been to the Madison 46 Rooftop Bar. I've been to the rooftop bar right by Bryant Park, which I think is 40th Street. It's really good in terms of the views. Have I gone to Soho Grand? I have not been to Soho Grand. I've done a speakeasy tour before with a mixologist friend of mine who used to work at Sanctuary Tea, but I haven't been to Soho Grand. We went to the one, I forgot the name of the restaurant. It was in Soho, and it was behind a French restaurant. And I also did a cocktail video at Sanctuary Tea in Soho. Really great place. The music we hear in the background is oldies. Yeah, lots of the 50s and 60s music playing. And Jenna, Prague, yes, I've been to Prague, not on Urbanist yet. It was before I started doing Urbanist. Have a great day! Alright, Gotta stand up a little bit slowly. That cocktail, it tasted light, but don't be deceived. It was actually pretty strong. That's the thing with speakeasies. They taste like light and fruity, airy cocktails, but once you stand up, you're gonna feel it. And that's how I feel right now. I'll show you more stuff. Feel free to ask me anything as we're walking around. So you see a lot of Japanese places here. This is one of the popular places, really gets filled with people. I said I had a high tolerance. Well, everyone, sometimes looks can be deceiving. Taste can be deceiving when it comes to a cocktail speakeasy, a good speakeasy. Oh, so this place is one of my favorites. I hope they reopen. These guys sell one of the best onigiri, or okonomiyaki in New York City, in my opinion. It's one of the best okonomiyaki in New York City and one of the best octopus balls in New York City. Also Japanese style. Dama says, well, if you walk into a pole, we'll understand if you have to stop. Well, it's not quite that level yet. Sure, Bernal, I am 6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet. I am 6 feet. Feel free to ask me any questions whatsoever. This is off limits. We can go. We can talk about anything. Feel free to ask me. This place has one of the best sangrias in New York City. This is called Solas. And I'm glad they have outdoor seating. So we're starting to see all the outdoor seating here. Their sangria is very good price during happy hour. We see it here, 6 p.m. till 11, $6 until 11 p.m. Hard to tell on camera, it is. Tammy, thank you so much for the stars. You need a cup of coffee right now. I do need a cup of coffee right now. Indeed, I do. Here's one of the best secret sake bars. They're kind of speakeasy-ish in the sense that they don't have a big title in front of their restaurant. It's underground though at the moment because of the pandemic is closed, so they have outdoor seating. And really great selection of sake. They have a really huge selection of sake that you don't see anywhere else. Carolyn, you know, I don't know the name of the place. I'll put in the comments afterwards. It's between 2nd Avenue and 3rd Avenue on Stuyvesant Street. Or 9th Street, actually. So I don't know the name of the place. I actually never committed it to memory. But I'll put it in the comments afterwards. Darren says, the last time I had some cocktails, I stood up and went to the loo. And then you fell on your face as soon as it hit you all at once. It does. I know the feeling, Darren. I do know the feeling. Now we are officially in the neighborhood of East Village. And we're walking through one of the most iconic restaurants in New York City, which is Weselka, open 24 hours a day. They are Polish, Ukrainian. Very similar food, both countries. Cindy, estoy muy bien. Gracias por mirando. Toy Story, yes. Okay, here it is. One of the most interesting toy stores you'll see in New York City. Great to see you again, says Cindy. Oh, thank you so much. They're open until 5 p.m. Really cool. And they say the Irish can handle their drink, Darren says. Oh, Carolyn, you love Veselka. I'm so glad you love Veselka. That's so cool. Lots of boutiques here on 9th Street. Really great place to go for boutique shopping. And also thrift stores. Here's a surplus store. What street? We're right now on 9th, and we just passed 2nd Avenue and going to 1st Avenue. I love the noise in the city, says Donna. Oh, I'm so glad you do, Donna. Vanessa, you're back. Welcome. Cynthia says, I spent years walking the same walk when I left the neighborhood at 49 years old. And yeah, there's a lot of great places to see around here. I'll point out one of my favorite shops if you're someone who likes wearing glasses or has to wear glasses like myself. Fabulous Fannies has one of the best glasses you'll see, vintage glasses you'll see in New York City. Really large collection of vintage glasses right over here. Do I have a favorite clothing store? To be honest, I get most of my clothing from online. Bonobos.com is most of my wardrobe. I used to get it from Topman, but Topman recently closed down. So, yeah. Almost all bonobos. I don't really visit too many stores. If I do, I like going to the surplus stores in Williamsburg. But I forgot the name right now. Es muy hermosa. Oh, sí, gracias. Sí, es bien hermosa esta área. Puedes preguntarme cualquier cosa en español también. Here is, we used to be the Bean, now it closed, unfortunately. Let's check out over here. Now we're turning and going southern. We're walking towards 8th Street. Try Primark on Staten Island. Vanessa, Facebook me acaba de decir que awesome me acaba de bloquear. Oh, qué bien que ya no está bloqueado. Qué flojo que te bloqueaste en la primera vez. Sad that you got blocked in the first place. Here's Davy's Ice Cream, very famous ice cream shop. Awesome es una mala palabra. Me imagino, especialmente después de no accesando Facebook. So here we are at 8th Street, St. Mark's Place, and lots of outdoor dining here. And I love the outdoor dining. It's really cool that bike paths are going through the outdoor dining, so you constantly can people watch as people are biking through. Darren, you watched Saturday Night Fever after my Bay Ridge video. Oh, I'm so glad you watched it. What do you think about it? It's a very kind of downer ending. It's funny, when I first watched Saturday Night Live, I took a girl on a date in my early 20s, and it was probably one of the worst date movies to take someone to. Hey everyone, it's so weird that people are getting flagged on Facebook for commenting about drinking. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. I have no control over that. I hope Facebook fixes that. Y te encanta mi acento español. Oh, qué bien que te encanta mi acento español. Am I near Webster Hall? Webster Hall is about a 10-minute walk away. I was there earlier. Let's see my friends here. Hey everyone, that's this. Sorry that you guys are getting flagged for random comments on Facebook. That's so weird. If anyone's flagging comments, I'm not sure if it's someone. Maybe it might be someone, or it might be automatic. If someone is, well, please don't. It's not nice. However, if it's Facebook algorithm, come on Facebook, fix your algorithm. So now we are going to walk a little bit further into Alphabet City. So we're at First Avenue and 7th Street. Paula skipped the bad scene. Oh, I'm glad. You love this plant store, Cynthia. Oh, I'm glad. Here's a very popular restaurant I haven't been to yet. They're vegan. They're called Ladybird. Love Army and vintage stores. Which ones are the best? I don't know any off the top of my head. However, go to 9th Street and there's a few of them in the East Village. There's one on 1st Avenue and 11th Street as well. I think they're called East Village Vintage, and they're a surplus store. Yes, I just passed by Trash and Bad Oil.
I was like talking to the Carolinas today.
Bernard, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I passed by Trash and Bad Oil. Yeah, if anyone has any recommendations, feel free to chime in. This area would usually be packed with tourists, specifically younger tourists, younger than 40 years old, generally. Yeah, it's pretty empty. However, it still gets pretty full on the weekends because a lot of people still are living here. So here's Thompson Square Park. It's currently being patrolled by police. You see over here. And there's a lot of awesome restaurants over here. Here's Yucca Bar, great Caribbean style restaurant. Caribbean Hispanic, so it's more kind of Cuban. And here is Miss Lily's, which is another type of Caribbean. It's more Jamaican style food and cocktails. Deb used to be called Needle Park. Indeed, it used to be called Needle Park. However, I think that nickname applied more to Bryant Park, but I can imagine it also applied to Thompson Square Park. It didn't make too much of a difference. Whew, now it's getting humid again.
I met him through the guy.
Cindy, when did I start Urbanist? I started Urbanist back in September 2016. So almost 4 years ago, a little bit, 3.5 years ago. Here's one of my favorite juice bars in New York City. It's called Juicy Lucy. Really great juice here in the East Village. At 6th Street and Avenue A. Lena, you're loving this. I'm so glad you are. James Hader. Hey, James. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for the stars. So, Bernard says, I did make the mistake of visiting the wrong part of New York City when I was there. Still looks like the old New York City. This does have a little bit more look to old New York. Yeah. I would say yeah. Juicy Lucy. 100% recommend it. Really great smoothies. And juices. Teresa, tú me invitas a un jugo y pizza. Oh, gracias. ¿En dónde tú estás? O tú estás diciendo por stars, por las estrellitas. Dígame.
Are you out of your fucking mind, bitch? You sold us into a burning fucking house.
James, I'm doing very well. Hope you're doing well as well. Deb, yes, I'm in the Village, walking through Avenue A, southbound. Here are a few bikers doing wheelies. Roving gangs of bikers are now taking over the city streets. That's a bit of a dramatic way of saying it. But. Went to PS63. Oh, interesting. Cool. Deb. Where is that? Here's Two Boots, one of the best pizzerias, in my opinion. It's not typical New York City style. They use corn flour. And I just really enjoy them for a unique perspective.
What? Stop though.
John, I'm like Action Kid who works around New York City. Yes, though I cover more history than Action Kid. I go a little bit deeper in history. Action Kid covers more interesting, like very off the beaten track places. Lena, can I tell you a little bit about the history of East Village? Sure. Yeah, this is the East Village, and it used to be called Klein Deutschland, which translates into Little Germany. It used to be filled with Germans. And there used to be beer gardens, German clubs, German schools, German signs everywhere. It wasn't just the German Jews, but also German Christians as well. So massive German community. However, in the late 1800s, there was a massive disaster with more than 1,000 German women and children taking a boat to the beaches of Long Island, and they crashed right on the shore of the Bronx. 1,000 lives were lost, many of them women and children, and a lot of the German men who lived in this area lost their families, or they knew someone who lost their families, and they couldn't stay here any longer, so they decided to move further uptown to neighborhoods like Yorkville. It was a very sad moment in that German family's history. And then came World War II, and the few Germans that did remain here, World War I specifically, the Germans who did remain here quickly assimilated in order to avoid persecution in the same level that the Japanese were suffering during World War II here in America, Japanese Americans specifically. So yeah, that's the quick history. So lots of outdoor dining now, a lot more. This one used to have only 2 or 3 chairs on the side. Now there's triple the space of outdoor dining here at this particular place called Bolton and Walt. That's one example. Cats for dinner. Cats for dinner. Does anyone want to go to Cats? Let me know in the comments. Do you want to go to Cats? If you want to go to Cats, put a sandwich emoji in the comments. Let me know, press that heart button. I will need your moral support to go to Cats. And that moral support means hearts and like on YouTube. Or if you want to be so kind, stars and super chats. If you want to go to Cats, let me know. Let me know. Justine put sandwiches. Casey put sandwiches. Bernard says it's overrated, but he would like to see it anyway. All right, Bernard. What street is this? Right now we are in Ludlow and Houston. Ludlow and Houston. Let's see. Cats Delicatessen. They don't have their chairs outside. Well, this is a shame. Let's see if we can take it to go.
Sir?
Yes.
You ordering?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Blue line right over there.
What? Blue line. Okay, cool. Like a pastrami sandwich, please. Thank you. Sorry.
Wait a minute, boys.
I got some pastrami movers ready.
Come on, let's go. Thank you, Chris. Have a good one.
Oh, thank you.
I got two pastrami movers ready.
Let me get that. What?
Next time you double up that shit.
You telling me? I didn't know we were gonna have savages around. I didn't know we were gonna have two Chris's.
Savages is always around.
You're right about that. I didn't know we were gonna have two Chris's on the loose.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Howdy.
Michael. He said two for me proven. I said Ruben. Yeah. And I said
Yes, please. Yeah. Delicious. Wow. Delicious. Amazing pastrami. Amazing. Thank you.
La fama me para el mundo, me dijo mi abuela.
Okay, everyone. So we're in one of the most famous pastrami places in all of New York City. Here is where, when Harry met Sally had their famous scene, where she said, "I'm having what she's having." Where do I order drinks?
Drink.
Yeah.
Next station.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Can I see you?
What? Yes. Where did I put that? Thank you. You too. This is crazy heavy. Wow. Here are photos of all the celebrities. You have to have your ticket. Don't lose your ticket, otherwise they will charge you way more. Hi, can I have a seltzer, please?
Can you have a what?
Seltzer, plain. Hey, do you guys actually have egg cream?
Egg cream's there in the front by the grill.
In the front. Oh, okay, never mind. Just have this seltzer.
You want this or?
Just the seltzer, yes. And do I pay over here?
Credit card back here, cash in the front.
Credit card, yeah. Oh, you guys have your own seltzer. That's cool.
Yes.
What time do you guys open the seating outdoors?
What time we open?
Uh,
Oh, for seating?
Yeah, outdoors.
Seating
Yeah.
outside?
they put the tables out 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Oh, okay. And then take it out in the afternoon?
No, they just brought the tables in because it
Because
started
it started
raining.
raining.
Raining, oh,
yeah,
that's
they
why.
normally
They
bring
just-
them in like
look,
around 8.
They're taking them out right now.
Oh, cool. Okay, awesome. That's good to know. Thank you.
Jody!
$29.29 with tax. Tip and also?
Yes.
PIN number?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great
much.
one.
Have a good day.
You too. Marcus. Did that girl take her sodas? Or did you go gave her some?
I just got the big black tea.
Twist off.
You walked out without it?
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you too. Oh yes. Okay. Perfect timing. Alright, these ones. Okay, everyone. Boss, don't tell anyone my PIN number. It totally was not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is a wild adventure in terms of food. I did not expect coming to Cats, though I gotta admit this is a perfect opportunity because I've been wanting Cats for quite a while. $22 for the sandwich and the seltzer. The sandwich alone, the seltzer was only like $1.50, so the sandwich is about $21. It's a very expensive sandwich. But it's high quality pastrami, which I tried inside the restaurant. Absolutely delicious. And they overstuff it. So I'll show you how big it is. Estamos ahora en Ludlow y Houston. We are in Ludlow and Houston Streets. That's the intersection. This, ladies and gentlemen, is very heavy. You might need even 2 hands to eat this. I might not be able to finish this in one go. They gave me a massive pickle. A lot of pickles. Look at that. A crazy amount of pickles. Crazy amount of pickles. Look at that. They gave me like 3 different types of pickles. Let's try one. Really delicious. Juicy pickle. Juicy pickle. But we're not here for the pickles. Pickles are great, but we're here for the sandwich. All of you want to eat this sandwich. See the sandwich. That's how heavy it is. It just shakes the entire table. That's a heavy sandwich. Ladies and gentlemen, I love pickles, but look at this sandwich. I'm not gonna even bother lifting it up, because if I lift it up anymore, I risk it falling all around the street. And while I know the rats will enjoy it, it's gonna be a very sad day for me. So I will show you via movie my camera, not the sandwich. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Bum ba dum bum. Cue the Gershwin music. Look at this. It's heavy. It's big. It's impossible to hold with one hand. You risk injury to your arm. That's right, Donna. You risk injury to your arm if you bother even lifting this with one arm. It is impossible. It is danger to your health if you try this with only one hand. Use two hands. Just like when you're driving, use two hands with these pastrami sandwiches. So you say, Bernard, you retract your comment about being overrated. It feels overrated because it seems like it's a big touristy spot. Lots of people visit it. It's all over the news. It's all over the common tour guides. You see it in constant channels, not just mine. You see it in Here Be Bar. You see it in Action Kid. You see it in Brett Conti. All the other New York YouTubers. They've covered cats before. It must be overrated. It's a reason why everyone covers it. It's because of this. I'm a 6-foot guy. I have a pretty big head. This is half the size of my head. This is how big this pastrami sandwich is, ladies and gentlemen, and people of all genders. This is what you call real New York City pastrami sandwich on rye with a huge slathering of mustard. I haven't had this in a while. I'm going to truly enjoy this. Lena, thank you so much for the stars. Everyone, 2 ways you can support these random walking arounds where I'm showing you things like pastrami sandwiches and cocktails. You can press that like button or that share button, or you can press that stars button if you want to give a tip for these tours, or basically buy me a part of this pastrami. Let's try it out. Wow. So this, damn. I'll definitely have what she's having. Wow. Look how massive this is. One bite, and I'm already a little bit full. If you're here, come here with a friend, a family member, or a significant other on a hot date and share this. I'm not sure how hot the date will get if you're eating greasy pastrami sandwiches, but share this with someone. Or come here when you're starving. Like if you walked for 20 miles in 90-degree heat with 100% humidity, which I've done today, then you can eat the entire sandwich. Otherwise, you got to share this with someone. So, describing this is like describing the Mona Lisa. How can you describe something that is priceless? I mean, it costs $21, but it's priceless. How can you describe this? Well, it's juicy. It's really juicy. For a pastrami sandwich, it's really juicy. Pastrami can run the risk of being very dry. However, as you bite into that juiciness, you have that crispy burnt skin around that fatty part, and it's really, really, really extra juicy. So you have the juiciness of the meat itself, and then you have the juiciness of the fatty part around, And then you have double juices right there. Juice on top of juice on top of juice. Whoa. This is hard to fully chew. Okay. The bread is super soft, and that's the great thing about the pastrami. You don't have a hard bread like you have with like French sandwiches or Italian paninis. They tend to be a little bit crispier, a little bit chewier. You have a very, very soft bread. And the man was approaching me, and he literally went running the other way. And I think he went running the other way because he saw this pastrami sandwich, and he said to himself, I gotta go before I buy one of these. It's that good. So the bread is super soft. The mustard, you barely taste it because you have so much pastrami here that it overpowers mustard. It's hard to overpower mustard. Gotta love New York. Thanks for sharing it. My pleasure. Now, this is a massive sandwich. You gotta accompany this with the egg cream. However, since I'm walking in very humid heat, I don't want to have too much sugar. So I'm gonna have myself another New York City classic, the seltzer. This is seltzer from Cat's Deli. Now, seltzer is not mineral water, it's distilled water or tap water infused with carbonation. And it's twist off. But my hands are greasy, so I'm gonna need a napkin. Vanessa dice que no puedes comprar eso aquí. Sí, es difícil conseguir esto en otra área del mundo, pero en otra área de Latinoamérica tú puedes tener, tú puedes comer sándwich cubano, potencialmente. Tú estás como en Venezuela o Cuba o Puerto Rico, tú puedes potencialmente comprar un sándwich cubano y eso es casi igual. So if you're in Latin American countries, you could try a Cuban sandwich, and you're getting a little bit closer to what pastrami sandwich is. Seltzer water. Great seltzer, huge bubbles. Not like Europe where they tend to have tiny bubbles. And Darren says, am I drunk? Darren, I'm nowhere near as drunk. I just feel very loose with this pastrami sandwich. I'm drunk on the beauty of this meaty sandwich. I'm gonna have a little bit more of this pastrami. Look at this. So what type of food is this? Well, this is Jewish American food. During the late 1800s, early 1900s, hundreds of thousands to millions of Eastern European Jewish people moved here to the Lower East Side. They crowded this neighborhood so much that it became the most densely populated area in the entire world. With them, they brought in their deli sandwiches, which they never really mixed with dairy. Their deli sandwiches, which they never really mixed with dairy. Dairy places were separate. So, you had your bagel and cream cheese with salmon, or lox, or sable, which was a different establishment, like Russ and Daughters right nearby, or you had your deli meat sandwich, which didn't have usually dairy in it. A Reuben came later as Jewish law started to lax with this immigrant crowd. Darren says, I'm gonna need a Ulster fry up, which is an English breakfast or the or the Northern Irish version of English breakfast, a Scottish breakfast. Yeah, I won't get a hangover from this. Trust me, this is nowhere near as much alcohol to get a hangover. Did they give me pickled tomato? No, no pickled tomato. I don't think they have pickled tomato here in Cat's Deli. Though I don't know 100% sure. I don't know for sure. I haven't really seen pickled tomato, so I don't think so. Se me olvidó, buen provecho. Vanessa says, bon appetit, good meal. Gracias, Vanessa, lo agradezco. I appreciate it, Vanessa. Helen says, looks yummy, love your excitement when you eat food. I'll be like you too, Helen. And this is absolutely delicious. Highly recommend having a pastrami sandwich if you're here. Cat's Deli might be covered to death by blogs, by TV shows, by documentaries, by countless travel shows that you might see on Travel Channel or Netflix or Amazon. It might be covered to death. But there's a good reason why it's covered to death. Because it is truly the best pastrami sandwich you can get in New York City. Some people might be naysayers, and they're naysayers just because they're being contrarians. Contrarian means someone who just goes against the popular opinion because they want to. A lot of New Yorkers are like that. So you might encounter New Yorkers who say, pastrami, Cat's Deli, exaggerated, not the best pastrami. My so-and-so corner deli does a better pastrami. They are wrong. This is the best pastrami sandwich, I would say. There's only maybe 2 or 3 other places that have comparable pastrami sandwiches, in my opinion. Do they have sour pickles? Yes, they do. They gave me about 6 slices of pickles. One of them was a half sour pickle, and then they gave me the very fully sour pickles as well. This is truly a whole lot of food. It's truly a whole lot of food. I don't know how people can eat this all in one go. I mean, here's what I left, and I'm already feeling very full. And if I were here with friends also talking, I'll be just as full. I'll show it to you. Sudden change of cuisine. What's the best Thai restaurant in New York City? I don't know. I don't have had too much Thai, though there are a few Thai places in the East Village, but I don't know off the top of my head. Great question. I don't know what's a good Thai place. If anyone has any recommendations, please let me know. Let me show you the pastrami sandwich. I'm already full. This is already too much for me personally, but I'm gonna take this home because it's really good. I have a feeling I'm gonna be a little bit more hungry as I get home. Bernard says I'm gonna get the meat sweats. I think I already am getting the meat sweats, so I'm gonna need a little bit more. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna wrap this up. One more bite for the road. Let's wrap this up. This was really good. I'm gonna take this to go. If I eat any more, I'm gonna need a hammock, and pretty far away from my house. So I'm gonna need like an emergency hammock if I eat any more. Okay, who wants to walk around more? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna need a sanitizer. Because my hands smell like pastrami. If you want to walk around more, let me know in the comments. I'll show you more of the Lower East Side down here before I continue back home. Let's walk it off. Yes, Bernard. Let's walk it off. Whew. So full. Oh my God. Let's see if this fits into my bag.
Hey, buddy, where you get that from?
This is from Amazon.
Amazon?
It's called the DJI Osmo Mobile.
What, it only works for Apple?
No, it works for everything.
Really?
For any phone.
Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, it's amazing. See, moves up and down, and you can go in any direction you would like.
How much you pay for about?
It's only $199. I think it's cheaper now. It might be like $129. Yeah.
Good.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So much fun.
What's it called?
DJI Osmo.
Say it again.
DJI Osmo.
DJI Osmo?
Osmo, yeah. Yeah, have a good day, man.
Thank you.
All right. Christine, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate it. Elizabeth says yes. A lot of people are saying yes to more walking. All right, I'm glad people want to walk a little bit more. I'm wearing my mask. Yeah, I have an open bottle of seltzer. This is awkward. How does one walk and drink a nice seltzer? Right. Good seltzer water, yes. Really good seltzer, big bubbles. What I expect from a good seltzer company. Bernard leaves a great comment. I'm gonna highlight this comment so everyone can see it. Thank you, Bernard, thank you. You say I'll say it. I'll say you are far more engaging and interesting than the standard YouTubers and get more history and the real randomness of being on the street. Just flip the mask to drink as they did in 1918. Yeah, indeed. So now we are in the Lower East Side, and this is Mecca for outdoor dining. I would say if you come here late at night, you're gonna see this packed to the brim. This is Pianos. They do concerts, and I am surprised that they have outdoor seating now, which is awesome. Here's a Mexican place. Thank you, Bernal. Everyone give hearts to Bernal for that kind comment. It means a lot. You know, these live videos can't be planned, and they are very spontaneous, and I go very different directions. So I'm glad you're enjoying going with the flow as we go with these videos. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna give you a good recommendation, though I can't handle any more food. But write this down. Write this down if you are coming to New York City, because truly this is one of the best Greek places. Here's Slovaki GR. I'll zoom in over here. Slovaki GR is one of the best Greek places in New York City, period, in my opinion. Really great gyro sandwiches. Bernard says, sorry, Facebookers on my YouTube. Bernard, just for context, a lot of people on Facebook are saying that they agree with you. Ahmed says, let's walk. Darren, I cannot handle any more food. I mean, I ate a third of that sandwich and I am just extremely full. I think it's time to cocktail it up to again, says Juan. Maybe Juan, we don't know what we're in store for this journey. Crazy things can happen. Nothing can happen. Everything can happen. Who knows? We'll find out. Where did the Essex market move to? I'll show you. We're getting close to there. Here's the original, right here. I'll show you the new version. We're approaching it. So here's the original Essex Market, no longer here. They'll be using this for another thing. Potentially might be buying it for another high-rise. The other Essex Market is just down the block, right over here. You see this huge building? The base is Essex Market. Yeah, for context, I ate 1/3 of that sandwich. And I'm a 6 foot tall person, and I love eating, and I'm really full. I'm doing a live video. Urbanist. Hey, how's it going? I'm really, really full. So, yeah, yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna have another drink of this as I'm away from most people. Another drink of vodka. I mean, seltzer water. Yeah, seltzer water. Finish my seltzer. Okay, now it's time to mask up and go with the flow of life. Carolyn says, oh my God. Were you oh my going to, Carolyn? You're oh my going that this was vodka? I mean seltzer? It was seltzer? Did it rain here? Yes, it did. It did rain. Here is the new Essex Market. You guys want to go in? Let me know. Put that orange heart emoji, the official Urbanist emoji, if you want to go in. I can't handle any more food emojis, everyone. So just put that orange heart emoji. It's the official Urbanist one. Store is closed. Oh, that's a shame. So lots of cool things over here. Here's Puerto Rico, great coffee. They're closing down a lot of the places. I think we're close to closing time, so we just got here at the nick of time. Oh, Bernard, there's no orange heart emoji. That's a shame. Well, a regular heart will do on the YouTube. Don't worry. Es una pastelería. Esto es como un colmado lleno de muchos sitios de comer. Y hay una pastelería también. Yo te enseño. Esta es una pastelería aquí. Este se llama Davodich. This is a food court with also 2 bakeries. Here's one of them. The food court is closed, but they have a food court. I've toured it before. They have a Puerto Rican shop downstairs. Ellos tienen comida puertorriqueña abajo también. Y aquí hay comida dominicano. There's Dominican food, which is awesome. And here's some haircut stylist. And this is it, everyone. We toured most of it up for the food court downstairs, which is closed. There's a lot of cool places. There's cheese, there's bakeries, there's 2 bakeries. There's a beer place as well, craft beer. Lots of great craft beer in New York City. A few grocers as well. And that's all. That's all. And the eating area upstairs. I'll show it to you upstairs. Here it is. Okay, everyone. I gotta take care of some business. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna play a video. Let's see what video I can play. I'm going to show you this random video. Bear with me. I'll be back. I really want to continue showing you more of New York City. However, I have to be honest with all of you. I can't hold it in any longer. So I'm going to play you a video as I am taking a bathroom break. So I hope you enjoy this video, a random video of Brooklyn. Enjoy it. It'll be about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. This is the first time I had to do this, but luckily technology makes it easier. Higher. Yo tengo bastante clearance, ¿verdad? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. Awesome. Yeah, let's drive in the center. Yeah. Sigue directo ya. All right. That was the Brooklyn Bridge. I hope you enjoyed that quick view of the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay. I'm back. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you understanding. That is the challenge of doing something solo. So let's continue walking downstairs. And I'll show you more of New York City. All right, now we're outside. John, I appreciate the stars. Thank you, John. Here we are in the Lower East Side. Whew, okay. So usually, I'll show you more as I'm waiting for traffic to pass by. Usually, when I do these drinking live videos, I sometimes do it with a friend. So it's a little bit easier to take a break if one is necessary. But thanks to the beauties of technology, I can take a break and show you a video. This is wonderful. Maybe I should do like one of those like intermission videos like they used to do in old movie theaters. That was an intermission. Who would like to see an intermission video like they used to do in old movie theaters? Okay, let me show you more of New York City. We're passing through Lower East Side, and we're gonna go down to Manhattan, downtown Manhattan. This is gonna be a long video, so I hope you enjoyed it. Mask on, we're ready. Here's one of the public areas for a housing project. Housing projects started popping up in the 1950s and 1960s. They were actually a plan by a French architect called Le Corbusier. And Le Corbusier envisioned the city made out of super blocks. However, the problem with Le Corbusier, he did not realize that these super blocks would just kill a city and make it very, very boring and also dangerous. So these affordable housing, while they did provide affordable housing, they were made on purpose because a lot of the people who were displaced because of the building of highways, and they were forced into these affordable housing units, which were a lot worse and a lot less valuable. So keep that in mind whenever we see affordable housing. Does my battery ever run out? No, Darren, it never runs out. Never runs out. The longest live stream I've done is 4 hours. I don't think Facebook has longer limit. I'm not sure if YouTube does. 4 hours is the limit. Okay, you have two choices, everyone. Press that heart emoji if you want to go towards downtown Manhattan, or press that Sunset City emoji if you want to go towards the ferry stop and take the ferry on Grand Street. Sunset to the ferry, or heart emoji to downtown Manhattan. Let me know. Downtown Manhattan, heart, ferry, sunset emoji. Do 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 do. So we have hearts. We have one hearts. As I see more of one thing, I'll keep walking towards the other direction. Heart to downtown Manhattan, or sunset to the ferry on Grand Street. Oh wait, we have a lot of hearts. We have a whole lot of hearts. I'm giving everyone a very hard choice. Hint, hint, you'll still see the waterfront, regardless of your choice. Don't worry, you'll still see some East River. It just depends where you will want to see. Heart to downtown Manhattan, or sunset emoji to the ferry stop on Grand Street. We're getting a lot of hearts, a whole lot of hearts. Whole lot of hearts. The hearts are increasing, and I'm gonna start singing if we don't come to a choice very quickly. All right, I think we only got one sunset. Cynthia, thank you for voting the sunset. Darren, so we got two sunsets, but we got mostly hearts. I may run into Action Kid. Bernard, where is Action Kid? Is he live right now? And where is he? Could we organize a meetup with Action Kid? Let me know in the comments. Let me know where Action Kid is. We got 3 sunsets. All right, we got 3 sunsets. Let me know where Action Kid is, and perhaps we can find him, or perhaps he can find us, or we can find each other. Okay, so we got more hearts than we got sunsets. Thank you everyone for voting. Hearts it is. We're going towards downtown Manhattan direction. We're still gonna see the waterfront down there. Don't you worry. We're gonna see a basketball court. Here it is. Daniel le pregunta si tengo cargador portátil. Sí, yo tengo un cargador portátil, so yo estoy bien. Yes, I do have a portable charger, so I'll be okay. Sarah says meeting Action Kid would be the cherry on the ice cream. So if anyone doesn't know, Action Kid is a YouTuber, very popular YouTuber. He covers a lot of New York City. He goes around on walks. He covers a little bit of life history on the places he visits. And I've done a few collaborations with him. He doesn't do Facebook, but he's popular on YouTube, for anyone who doesn't know. And he is live in Manhattan. If he's live and around this area, let me know. So now we are a little bit further into the Lower East Side, and we're crossing into the neighborhood of Two Bridges. Action Kid's in the Upper East Side. Pretty far away, yeah. What is this park on my left? Let's check it out. I'll find the name. I don't know off the top of my head because I've barely been here. What is this name of the park? I don't know. Let's investigate. Maybe this way. Let's check it out. Christine, you know, admittedly, I don't know anything about this little park. So, great question. I don't know anything. So, if anyone else knows, please let me know in the comments. We are in the Lower East Side, basically at the Two Bridges neighborhood. So, this is kind of Lower East Side / Two Bridges. The name of the park, let's see, there must be a name plaque in the front somewhere. No name here. Usually they have a name here in the railing, but no name to be seen. Tisk, tisk, tisk. No name to be seen. Such a shame. If anyone knows, could look at a map and let us know what park, what's the name of this park, let me know in the comments. Here's a playground, a little fountain. Okay, so Action Kid's very far away from me. He's at 84th Street. Very, very far. Hard to get to where he is. Unless if I took a teleporter. If anyone knows how to take a teleportation machine, where there's a nearby teleportation machine, or TARDIS, let me know in the comments. Las calles son bien bonitas. Oh, qué bien que te canta las calles, Vanessa. Because that seems to be Seaward Park. Yes, we're right by Essex. Yes. So this might be Seaward Park. Yes, we're right by Essex. So we are at Seaward Park, or, oh. We talked about Seward. So I'm pronouncing it correctly, Seward. And Seward was the guy in Madison Square Park, so we are in the park named after him. Interesting. Oh, wow. How things all come together, especially when you learn history. So for context, I did a video about the architecture of Madison Square Park. And inside Madison Square Park is a statue of Secretary of State Seward. And apparently this is Seward Park, most likely named after the same Seward. Oh yeah, the one with the old bathhouse is a little bit further down. It's not quite this park. It's the more longer park, a little bit further north where we're walking. However, there's cool architecture here. Here's a very infamous bar. It's called 169. It's infamous because they used to not check ID. And here in New York City, you need to be 21 years old to drink. And I remember coming here when I was 20 and they didn't check any ID. Apparently things have changed since then. Am I walking towards the East Broadway direction? Yes, I am. Oh, I hear a jazz trumpet. Uh-oh. Let's follow the music, everyone. Okay, everyone, we're following the music. Speaking of 169 bar, I hear a trumpet in the distance. Let's check it out. Let's investigate. Down there is the Manhattan Bridge. We're already seeing the views of downtown Manhattan, or Manhattan.
Can I ask you something? What is that
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, it's called the DJI Osmo.
What does it
And
do?
it's called a gimbal, so it stabilizes the camera.
Oh, I see.
So it stays steady. Yeah.
Oh, it's boy, you're putting people out of business, man.
How so?
Well, with the film industry and everything.
Oh yeah, basically.
Right?
Yeah. This used to record like
What's this
3
thing on
people.
the side?
This is a microphone, so I have a microphone over here.
Are you doing like a podcast?
Doing a live video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries at all. Yeah. How are the drinks? Good?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. All right, awesome. Have a good day.
You too. Take it easy.
Okay, so this is 69 Bar. And there we go. Let's go this way. All right. All right, now we're going towards downtown Manhattan. The trumpet that was playing was the radio or the speakers. It wasn't real trumpet. This is a really cool neighborhood. I barely walk in this area, and whoa, we have a very old church here. Bernard, yes. I mean, Bernard asked, did someone else comment about your pronunciation of Manhattan? Yes. Constantly. I, as a presenter, as someone who shows you history of cities, I do care about pronunciation. However, to be honest, there's so many different pronunciations for Manhattan, and everyone thinks it's different. Some people think you have to pronounce the T's, Manhattan. Some people say you pronounce it with the T's as in D's, which a lot of people from Queens, from my experience, pronounce it. And then some people say you pronounce a short T rather than two T's, Manhattan. So it is very tricky. Traditionally, in movies, where you see a New York accent, York with Y-A-W-K, York accent, it is pronounced Manhattan with the short T. And that's why I keep changing the pronunciation, is because, I want to give you the right pronunciation. I am a born and raised New Yorker, but of course I'm not perfect like everyone else. I am going to have quirks in my speech, and while I find it okay to have quirks in the speech, I do want to give you a clear pronunciation so you do understand. I want to increase understanding so people who are watching me anywhere around the world know what I'm talking about. So that's why I have changed my pronunciation of Manhattan a few times. And I'm learning. I know it's not 100% necessary. Embrace the way you say Manhattan. I do it because, I'm making videos online for thousands of people to see. So yeah, it is a very tricky word. There's a lot of conflicting ideas on it. Some people get pissed off that you don't pronounce the T's. Other people say don't pronounce the T's. It's complicated. But I'm going to stick now with the traditional movie version. Typical New Yorkers say Manhattan. So the Puerto Ricans, when you talk to Hispanic Americans, they might say it with the D instead of a T. They might say Manhattan. That's how you would hear a Puerto Rican say it. Oh, okay, everyone. I know the place to show you. So this is a beautiful church. I don't know what this church is. Let's check it out. But down this way, we have some swing chairs right by the Manhattan Bridge. So we'll go over there soon. Less tea. Yeah, a lot of people say less tea. This church says on June 15th, 2013, His Eminence Timothy Cardinal Dolan, who I think is still cardinal. I think he's still alive. Please let me know. He's a Catholic cardinal, so this is a Catholic church. Offered the holy sacrifice of the Mass in celebration with the 115th anniversary of the establishment of the Church of Teresa, Saint Teresa. So this is the Church of Saint Teresa. Vanessa, yo no he cogido el subway desde marzo. por la pandemia. I haven't taken the subway since March because of the pandemic. And I don't plan on taking it anytime soon. No planeo a cogerlo pronto, pero yo he hecho video anteriormente del subway. Busca Urbanist Subway. So Cynthia says, oh, Cynthia's referring to Daniel. Okay, cool. So here we are in the neighborhood of Two Bridges. This neighborhood is way more way less populated or way less visited than East Village or Lower East Side. And we'll walk straight to the waterfront. Cynthia, you were so entertained you put your phone in the washer. Oh no, Cynthia. Cynthia, I hope your phone is okay. So we see more here affordable housing projects. As I mentioned earlier, these were developed by Swiss architect Le Corbusier and Robert Moses, the master city planner of New York City from the 30s all the way to the 1960s. Was the one who made the initiative for these housing projects. And yeah, they're in my opinion, they're very ugly looking. And for perspective, the old narrative of these housing projects providing affordable housing for displaced communities. The reason they were displaced in the first place was because those same city planners, Robert Moses in New York City's case, displaced these communities by building highways. And these communities, since they were already with very low economic circumstances, had to move into these affordable housings, otherwise they wouldn't have housing. So it was a bit of a catch-22. They were living in tenements, but the news that went around in the 1950s was that these tenements were in horrible shape. Some of them were, but some of them were actually thriving. And that's where New York City really gets tricky with these development of project housing. However, now we have high-rises in this area of Two Bridges. And here we have the Manhattan Bridge. Cynthia says from Union Square to here would take you 3 times as long, even with stops. Yeah. Saludos, Mal. Cuídate mucho. Un bonita noche. Los lugares que recordes te felicito. Oh, gracias por mirando. Lo agradezco. It's going down this way. And now we're going to see the waterfront. We're going to see very cool swinging chairs right at this waterfront. I haven't been to them before, so I'm excited to check them out for the first time with all of you. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, these are going to be really awesome views. Prepare yourselves. Here we are. Lots of people working out here. And yeah, the FDR, this is the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Drive right above us, and it is painted a nice purple. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the waterfront. What street am I on? I'm on South Street and Bridges Street. So I'm pretty far away. I'm in the Two Bridges neighborhood. Vanessa dice, cada vez que veo Nueva York me recuerda a la película de Baby's Day Out. Vanessa remembers the movie Baby's Day Out every time she sees my videos. Oh, I'm so glad. Qué bien. Okay, aquí está. There is the swinging chairs. Let's check them out. Vanessa, I agree. Look at this. So these chairs are really cool. They're like bar chairs, except they view the water. So awesome. Really great design. And of course, regular benches. Darren, Paula went to bed so early. It's only like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. around where you are. Action Kid went to these places recently. I'm so glad he did. All right, let's check them out. Ladies and gentlemen, and people of all genders, get ready to go on the adult version of a swing and see amazing views of the bridges of New York. The Manhattan Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge. What is that building with the interesting slanted roof? I don't know for sure, but I think it's some type of sporting center. Or it belongs to the parks department. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's either one of those. Might be something related to the city. So here are the swing chairs. Lots of people on the swing chairs right now. But perhaps we'll get our opportunity to swing around. So more waterfront down there. And let me... Wow. There we see views of downtown Manhattan, the financial district, One World Trade Center, aka the Freedom Tower, the Manhattan Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge behind it, FDR, a huge seagull passing overhead. Beautiful views. What a beautiful evening stroll. I agree. Hey, Robbie. Oh, your YouTube name is Island Express. Thank you so much for watching, Robbie, and I'm so glad you enjoyed the chat we had. So earlier on this chat, we had Robbie, a bike messenger, pop up while we're live. So Robbie, I'm so glad you tuned in. Hope all is well. Hope you have an awesome evening. It was awesome chatting with you. And also great getting your perspective as a bike messenger. These swing chairs are fun. They should add them to every single park. I am in heaven right now, swinging around. Don't do this while you have like 5 drinks though. Or maybe do. Oh no. So there we see views of the downtown Manhattan skyline, the sunset setting right behind it. Brooklyn Bridge is your favorite bridge. Oh, I'm so glad, John. There are plants on the bottom of the structure. Bernard says, where you had an awesome add to your live stream. I'm so glad, Bernard. All right, there we go. Now we have unencumbered views. Those 2 men were waiting for to take a selfie. But no, I came all this way to not give up this chair. I'm going to enjoy everyone. I'll swing around. The people in the community dislike this big building. I can imagine. You're so welcome, Alan. I am swinging, swinging, swinging. This is so much fun. Really, really a whole lot of fun, everyone. They wanted you to get off the swing. Yeah, they did. But finally, they found a swing that was empty a little bit later. I didn't come walking all this way to get off the swing. Oh, no. Not so soon. Let's spend about like 2 more minutes here. Let me know if you have any questions. So this is the great thing about New York City. There's a lot of new public projects like these being built. Bernard, should I make these comments? Yes, of course, Bernard, make comments. Are they reflected on the FB side? Do you know? No, people are not going to see on Facebook, but I still mention them on the video. So I think people know I'm still referring to someone. I really appreciate you commenting. Make sure to sanitize your hands. Yes, I do. I have hand sanitizer with me. I'm not touching my face. Don't worry. And this is what New York City needs more of. They need more public spaces like these. They really add so much joy. Even a simple chair and a swing can add so much joy to hanging around, to enjoying the views. And the combination of a swing chair with these views, perfection. Perfection. Okay. Let's move on. Whew, okay. What? These are flat? Usually they have it slanted so people can't like put anything on them. But these are flat. So you can actually put food on them or a drink. Or the camera. Yeah, if you're there with a little bit too many drinks, you're gonna get very tipsy. Yeah, you are. You're gonna get tipsy if you're here with a little bit too many drinks. I mean, I'm already dizzy from riding that swing. Sheldon says, I truly outdid myself. Oh, Sheldon, such a kind comment. I'm gonna highlight that one as well. You outdid yourself. This is an awesome experience, from food to history, and experiences have all been amazing. Keep up the good work. As long as there's a bathroom around. In these parks, you'll find bathrooms, usually. Interesting. So Bernard says the wall has several practical roles. Its foliage moderates the air temperature. Its foliage moderates the air temperature, and he says, and hides the still active DSNY building. Not sure what DSNY is. Let me know in the comments. Is it a sanitation department? But that's cool. It's cool to know. Thank you for letting us know, Bernard.
My battery gonna die if I do it.
Yeah, I mean, this park isn't in the tourist sites. You know, this is the neighborhood. True Bridges, not really that popular. As I mentioned, it's a lot of affordable housing. So I don't mean anything personal to the people who live here, but it is associated usually with crime and with a different atmosphere than Midtown Manhattan. So that's why a lot of people don't come here generally. However, things are changing, and the more people that know this park, more and more people are knowing about this park, as we can see right now. 4K for that new high-rise. Sarah, if you think you're a little bit tipsy by the virtual osmosis. Oh, but not. Thank you for copy and pasting that message. Here's a lot of working out stations, so you can build your muscles, get strong forearms, like I do with live videos. Have great calves. You can kickbox with these people over here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue southward, as I mentioned, towards Wall Street. Let's go. Let's enjoy the waterfront. We're going to pass by the South Street Seaport as well. People boxing everywhere. Thank you, Bernard. Department of Sanitation. Yes. DSNY, Department of Sanitation. Had a feeling. Funny, I thought that gym had moved outdoors due to the virus, but that is permanent. Yeah, this is a permanent gym, and it was built before the pandemic. So they just were perfect place, perfect time. Bernard, you say I'm your Google fact updater. Thank you so much, Bernard. The rumble you're hearing is the train passing through. It's the NDQ and B trains that pass through here. I think these might be the basketball courts featured briefly in the film Doctor Strange, where he talks to the guy who lost power in his legs and got healed by going to the Himalayas. Yeah, I think this is the one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Vanessa, mañana no, pero yo transmito cada miércoles y sábado a la 1 p.m. Son los tiempos que yo transmito que está seteado. That's when I transmit. Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. They're set transmissions. Cynthia says this area was so dangerous when I grew up here. It was too solitary when walking. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, this was dangerous only up to like 5 years ago. It was very desolate. You wouldn't want to walk here even 5 years ago. It has changed. And yeah, that's the train that goes to Bay Ridge and Coney Island. Yeah, that's correct, Darren. Vanessa, ok, está bien. Entonces, si Mora está antena tu stream live. Oh, gracias por mirando. Que estoy usando el servicio Verizon para transmitir. I'm using Verizon for my live videos on my iPhone. So Bernard asks, so much has been done to improve many New York City areas, but where did the danger go? That's a great question, Bernard. Crime is a very complicated subject. Does it go anywhere? I'm not entirely sure. Overall, more and more people are doing well. So crime has been going down nationally in general. And I think it's because economic standards are also going up. So as these places get better, it also highlights the growing economic value of the city. However, there's a little bit of a downside where some people are displaced and they end up moving further and further out of the city. So it's a bit of a complicated issue, though I would say overall the city and the country is doing a little bit better economically, at least right before the pandemic. Due to the pandemic, things might change, but that's why crime has gone down. It's a very tricky question. I'm nowhere near qualified to have a really good answer on it. But that's the best I can do from my understanding of exploring cities and history. Hello from Morocco. Hello, Maria from Morocco. I'm so glad you love my videos. You studied here. No place like New York. Yeah, I agree. New York is very unique. So now we're still on South Street. and we're passing. What's the name of this? Catherine Slip is the name of this cross street. Yeah, is there a new displacement line? I'm not entirely sure. I would assume people who are getting priced out in Manhattan might be moving towards areas of Queens and maybe even further out to Yonkers and to New Jersey. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Hey Darren, you say you have a 3-minute video of us on the train heading to Bay Ridge. And you saw the skyline. Yeah, it's a great view as you're walking through, as you're riding through. Yeah, Bernard says the old myth was that you'll get mugged anywhere in New York City. That is no longer the case. From my own personal experience, and also I know the experience I've heard from many friends from many different boroughs. I know people in Queens, I know people in the Bronx, I know people in Manhattan, I know people in Brooklyn, both parts of Brooklyn, South Brooklyn and North Brooklyn. I have rarely heard accounts of muggings. The rare times I've heard about muggings, they tend to be in Queens and the Bronx. I'm generalizing, that's my personal observation, personal things I've heard, and I think it's very rare nowadays to experience that type of crime in the middle of one of the denser areas of the city, maybe Manhattan or North Brooklyn. And gentrification is moving up the Hudson. There are new developments in Yonkers that are expensive. Yes, you're right, David. Great observation. Things are moving further and further up the Hudson, especially now during the pandemic. A lot of people who work in the tech industry, for example, and this is what I heard anecdotally from friends who work in the tech industry, are starting to move to upstate New York, to along the Hudson. Here is the Brooklyn Bridge. But with the pandemic, people who are doing well financially are also moving. Yes, they are. So, yeah, the pandemic is seriously changing a whole lot of aspects about New York City. Things are going to be very different in the next few months. I don't know how. I personally am a little bit nervous. I tend to be a very optimistic person, but even when I look at the statistics and how the country is being managed, not to get too political, it doesn't look too well. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to be the future. Here we see the old slips of the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, there's another scene from The Dark Knight, the second movie of the Dark Knight trilogy, where Scarecrow is, actually it's in the third movie, Dark Knight Rises, where Scarecrow is sentencing people to death. He says to exile. And exile means that they send people on the frozen waters of the East River. And I think they filmed the scene here where they sent someone on the East River and the ice breaks and they drown. A little movie fact right there. All right, I am running out of battery. However, still got 30 minutes left. Does anyone want to continue until we get to the ferry? Let me know in the comments. All I gotta do is remove my microphone and put in my charger, and perhaps we'll get to the ferry stop and potentially board the ferry within the 30 minutes, or now 28 minutes. If you do, press that heart button. You can lend your support via stars or super chats, and we'll see if we can get to the ferry. Let me know. S'il vous plaît, says Bernard. Yes. Here we have a cool 2-level of the Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Cindy says, thank you, you're the best. Oh, Cindy, I'm so glad you think so. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate the compliments. Donna gives her hearts. See how far you can get, says Deb. Huge group of runners. Vanessa gives her hearts as well. Okay, I gotta find a place to stop. Jackie gives her heart face emoji. All right. It's all and all florals for keep on going. All right, let's stop and switch to battery. And this will take a swig of water. All right. Okay. Casey gave stars. Thank you so much, Casey. Alright, so I think everyone should be hearing me now. You're not going to hear me as clearly because I'm using now my phone's microphone rather than the external microphone. I use the DJI, the Rode Wireless Go microphones for good audio. That's why you hear usually great audio, but now I'm using my iPhone's camera because I can't connect them both at the same time. And I gotta take a swig of water before I continue. Okay, cool. All right, so we are getting close to the limit. I'm getting aggressively bitten by mosquitoes. That's what happens later in the day. I gotta adjust something, you know. Uh-oh. Camera malfunction. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. camera malfunction. There we go. The drinks are not for the camera. They're not affecting the camera. It's the awkwardness of trying to plug in a portable battery that has a very long cable that is placed in my backpack. That's why the gimbal is acting up. Hey Bernard, you're watching now on Facebook. Oh, cool. Uh-oh. Okay, everyone, I gotta adjust my gimbal again. That's the problem with changing setup in the middle of a live stream. And bear with me. Bear with me. Ooh, I gotta get a new cable. There we go. Okay. Yay! We got it to work. Ah, there we go. Okay. I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done connecting my portable battery because it has been a while. Last time I did a 4-hour broadcast was last year, September, when I literally walked a huge chunk of Naples, Italy. So that was the last time I did a epic tour, almost 11 months ago. Hi, PPACJ, welcome. Here is the Fulton Fish Market. It's no longer selling fish, but still a market. And it's really cool. Check it out. This, Sarah says, I can't stop laughing. Even the camera got a little bit tipsy. Indeed, Sarah. Where was your last trip? Oh, Cindy, my last trip was to Italy back 11 months ago when I did said epic live video that was 4 hours long. I truly miss traveling, and I really do want to go back to Europe. You know, I do love New York City, but I've done so many videos of New York City that I'm very eager personally to go back to Europe. And I am very grateful for the city, and even after so many videos I've done, I can still find new places to visit. However, I am eager, very eager to go to Europe. So now we are at Pier 16 in the South Street Seaport. Right there is what used to be the mall. Now it's like a venue for concerts on the rooftop, and they have other things here. I think a few shops. Here are the ships that you can visit. I'm not sure if it's open right now because of the pandemic, but they will be once things start opening up again. And you can buy tickets. Let me know, where would you like to travel once the pandemic has ended, once travel is open? Let me know in the comments. And here we see the beautiful views of the skyline. You know, you can say a lot of things about pollution and the harm of the skyscrapers, but you can't deny that they are special when you do see them. Tori says, thank you for the awesome tour of the Circle Line. My pleasure, Tori. I'm so happy you enjoyed that tour. I found the old mall a little bit odd and quirky. Yeah, the mall, you know, it was a mall. And the food court, you know, it was like every other food court in the US. Wendy's, McDonald's, Sbarro. It wasn't nothing special. I'm glad that they changed it personally. Maria, Milan, yes, I would personally like to go Milan. I haven't been to Milan on video yet. I haven't done a Urbanist tour of Milan. I'm eager to go Milan and Lake Como. Here's a beautiful little rooftop area. Elevated park right here. The ferry passing through. And I think it's a perfect time for the ferry. We got about 15 minutes left. I'm not sure, has the limit changed for Facebook Live video or YouTube? I haven't done a live video that's longer than 4 hours since, or a video that's gone up to 4 hours since 11 months ago. So things might have changed. Maybe I can go longer. I'm not entirely sure. Here, this bar, this restaurant has a $2,000 burger that is made with shaved gold. Is it a burger? It's a pizza. $2,000 pizza. They have a $2,000 pizza that's made with shaved gold. I haven't tried it yet. Maybe one day. Cynthia, you want to go to Puerto Rico? Me too. You know, I would love to visit Puerto Rico again. Shadow, yes, I've been live already 3 hours and 44 minutes. Yep, they have a $2,000 pizza right over here. I'll show you views from the back. So since your body can't digest metal, well, David, it's very interesting. You can technically eat a certain amount of gold. And it will, I'm not sure if it digests, but it will go through your system somehow. And there's a lot of different places in New York City with extravagant dishes that have shaved gold. It's not that uncommon. Darren, you say you'll be spending money in New York when you can come. I'll be the same, except spending money when I go to Europe. Shadow, no worries. If you ever want to see the replays of these wandering videos, these videos where I just don't really cover too much history, I just kind of wander around, you can see them on Facebook. Go Urbanist Live on Facebook and you'll see them. They won't live on YouTube. Just because YouTube, I want to keep things clean with my best videos. More history-centric videos. David, so you poop gold. Maybe you do poop gold. Maybe that is the case. Okay. Does that make you richer or worth more? I'm not entirely sure. It's a good question. If you eat gold, are you worth more in gold? Good question. That is a key question. Okay. 15 minutes. Let's see. Let's see if we can catch a ferry. I'm gonna speed walk this. Doreen, yes, we're in NYC. Where are you? We are NYC. Yes, you see that we are NYC. Let it be, because we are always here for free. But luckily there is no canopy. I don't have any other P's to rhyme with. Uh-oh, I think we just basically missed all the ferries. Maybe not, we'll see. I'll just go buy a ticket anyway. I'll use it later. Cindy, my car, my family's picking me up. I didn't drive here myself. I'm being picked up in either Queens or Brooklyn. All right, cool. All right, so let's see if we can catch a ferry. If we can't, then I'll show you some more views from here. So here, the next, to Corlear Circus. Wow. There's one to Astoria right now. 16 minutes. Oh, to Astoria. Oh. Yeah, the Astoria one just left. That's a shame. Okay, everyone. We came here really bad time. Everything just passed. So no more ferries. However, we'll see beautiful views. Thanks for an amazing day. I hope this covers the sandwich. Bernard, thank you so much. "15 minutes to Rockaway." Oh, we're pretty far away. We'll see. We'll see if we see a little bit more. Let me zoom in. Ooh, 14 minutes. 19 minutes. Why so long? Why so long? Why so long? All right, everyone. We just missed the ferry, so I'll show you the views. All right, I'm gonna show you the views. We're gonna go all the way to the end. Oh, whoa. 10 minutes to the 4-hour broadcast. That was an epic ride. Goddamn. I'm gonna take a seat and then ride the ferry. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please let me know. Or super chats, the star button is right down below. And here on Facebook, if you do buy stars, you have to send them afterwards. So you buy them and then send them. And the reason stars or super chats or leaving support on Facebook or patreon.com/urbanist is important is because I offer these videos for free. However, there are costs that are involved with these videos. You know, I show you food, I show you attractions. So, of course, I don't ask for anything in return, but the people who do want to help out, it's really a good help. Thank you, everyone. Let me show you more of the views to finish up these 10 minutes. Feel free to ask me any last remaining questions. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who has been a supporter and a patron since then. Because of you guys, I've been able to continue making these videos, even during the hard times of the pandemic, when it's pretty difficult for freelance filmmakers at this moment in time. So I really appreciate that. And thank you. Let me show you more of the views. Darren, I appreciate the stars. Let's hear some cheers for Ariel. I appreciate that. Oh, look at that. Look at these. Purple skies. Wow. Bernard, you had some trouble with stars. Yes, you have to buy them and then you have to send them. It's not like a super chat where you buy them and send them at the same time. You have to buy them and send them. Buy them and then send them. That sandwich still weighing you down? I am really full and that sandwich is very heavy. Wow. So I'm gonna stick here until the 4 hours are done. Let's just enjoy the views. I'll show you more of the stuff this way. Here's one of the ferries arriving. Daniel dice, wow, allá aún estadía y aquí está oscuro. Sí, estamos aquí bastante tarde y está todavía luz. Here's it's pretty late and we still have light. It's because New York is pretty far north. Even though we are in the same latitude as, we're actually further south than Rome in terms of latitude, but it is not as hot as Rome is. Medarba says, oh, Medarba. Thank you, Yamals. I appreciate it. Wow. It's just absolutely magical. I can't get, New York City, there's always constantly new things to see and do. And there's always immense beauty all around us. Every single time we just continue seeing more and more wonderful things. Look at that beautiful views of the downtown Brooklyn skyline. We have the Brooklyn Bridge. Elizabeth says a wonderful walk and a nice evening after a busy day at work. Jejeje, mi debo imaginar, Cynthia, el verano allá hasta cuando termina. A bit pokey on my side and a great sunset. Elbow coffee, you got this. After a busy day at work, you enjoy seeing this. Oh yeah. Wow. A great sunset. I'm in love. Wow. And more buildings keep getting built over here. Look at this one. All right, that's it. We have reached 4 hours. I go live every single Saturday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Stay tuned. Oh, not this message. There we go. Every Wednesday, Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the history ones and for these wanderings or random ones. So if you're watching from YouTube, you can see the replays on Facebook for these wandering ones. Otherwise, you'll see the history videos still up on YouTube. And I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I have a bunch of videos, over 2,000 videos at this point, on places all around New York City and 13 other cities around the world. So you can learn about Rome, you can learn about Paris, you can learn about London. And eventually you'll be learning about more of Europe soon whenever I can get there. I really appreciate everyone for the stars and for the hearts and for the comments and for the super chats. Thank you so much everyone for watching and for joining me along and with all your wonderful insights added onto it. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day everyone. Bye-bye. Bye everyone.